Chapter 777. The concourse was now piled full of energy stones. Zhang Tao glanced at Fong Ping, not saying a word. Fong Ping, on the other hand, looked calm. He said, "These energy stones are nothing. I've never cared about these worldly possessions. If I want to take, I could take a lot. Most of the time, I'm just not willing to take the risk. Including the big business that I told you about before. It fell through because I'm not in the mood or interested in doing it now." Fong Ping was not pretending to be rich in front of Zhang Tao. He was only telling Zhang Tao, "You're wrong. You shouldn't have given up on MCMEU because of some ideas. If I didn't come back, MCMEU might have been completely destroyed. Everything I can give is worth it for you. What I can give is more than what anyone else can give. MCMEU is worth it for you to give. I've been showing my value since a long time ago. I want a lot of people to understand that I'm worth it for them to protect me. Not just me, but also when it comes to making choices." Fong Ping said self-deprecatingly, "I thought I was doing very well. In the end, I still overestimated myself. Minister, ask yourself, is losing the capital city catacombs more difficult to accept than losing the Magic City catacombs?" Zhang Tao said calmly, "They're people too. Yes, I admit it. But you said that the big picture is more important. If that's the case, in terms of benefits, saving MCMAU is more beneficial." Fong Ping suddenly said reluctantly, "Vice-Chancellor has embarked on the origin path. Instructor Li has united all paths. Guo Shenquan and the other 3 instructors have also embarked on their own origin path. And me, I'm an MCMAU student. I can give more to MCMAU, give more to humanity. I can do more. If that's the case, it's okay for people to die. After weighing the pros and cons, if you're truly selfless, you should have chosen to save MCMU. Not because of your so-called teaching me a lesson. You're actually biased, and you don't even know it." As he spoke, a large number of energy stones, energy liquids, life essence, all kinds of treasures appeared in front of Fong Ping, and dozens of divine weapons. There were even a few rank 9 divine weapons, including 3 divine fruits with extraordinary charm, a whole heavenly golden lotus, a maple fruit. Fong Ping said again, "This is my gain, and this is only in terms of resources. This trip to the restricted area is more meaningful and rewarding than you imagined. And because of your distrust, MCMEU was almost destroyed. Maybe." Zhang Tao sighed and shook his head. "All right, stop showing off your harvest. I understand what you're trying to say. If you want to prove me wrong, it's not enough now. Let's talk about it later." As he spoke, Zhang Tao casually waved his hand, and Wu Quishan floated up into the air. Zhang Tao glanced at Fong Ping. "Since you have the money, then go with the best plan. I need 50 kilograms of life essence to protect his body." Just as he spoke, he suddenly frowned and stretched out his hand to grab a large mass of imperishable substance from Wu Quishan's body. At this moment, Zhang Tao stared at the imperishable substance in silence for a long time. Beside him, Old Man Li chuckled suddenly. He chuckled and said, "It's fine if Old Huang dies. Fong Ping, Old Huang still has a son in the military department. When he returns, he'll also be a peak rank 6 martial artist. When the time comes, put in some effort and smash it all the way to rank 7. No, smash it all the way to rank 8. It's not a big deal to waste a little. We don't lack money." Not far away, Wu Chuan suddenly sighed. "Just smash me all the way to the pinnacle. Minister Zhang thinks that Magic City is not as important as Capital City. In my opinion, Magic City is still more important. Kid Fong Ping, I've come to Magic City this time." Zhang Tao glanced at him and smiled faintly. "I don't have any objections. If he's capable, he can get another true king's ultimate skill. Remember, the kind that has to die, and the kind that has just died, the kind that has a complete inheritance." Fong Ping ignored him. He looked at Wu Chuan and said, "Brother Wu, when you reach the pinnacle, I can't help you much with the origin path. But even if you reach the pinnacle, you still have to forge a golden body. This is for you." As he said that, Fong Ping gave out 10 masses of imperishable substance. 1,000 yuan for one. Wu Chuan was stunned. "So much?" Fong Ping smiled. If it's not enough, you can tell me. When the golden body is strong. Even if the origin path is slightly weaker, it's still a top-notch rank 9. Oh right, there's still a divine weapon. As he said that, Fong Ping passed Fong Extermination's halberd to Wu Chuan and said, "Your divine weapon has self-destructed, so I'll give this to you." The House of Guardians in the south should also be lacking some energy stones. I'll give you 5,000 caddies. Wu Chuan suddenly felt like he was in a dream. Countless imperishable substance, a rank 9 divine weapon, 5,000 caddies of energy stones. Zhang Tao's eyebrows twitched. He suddenly picked up Wu Quishan and left, saying as he walked, "Use life essence to soak Lu Fengru. All right, I have about a ton. That should be enough." Zhang Tao's footsteps halted. The next moment, he disappeared with Wu Quishan. After he left, old man Li could not help but laugh. Why provoke him now? I'm not provoking him. Fong Ping gritted his teeth. He doesn't care about these things, and he doesn't lack these things. I know what he's thinking. All he thinks about is Sino Nation's overall strength becoming stronger. He wants to produce a few more pinnacles. He thinks a lot, but he has never considered whether we're willing or not. Fong Ping sighed. Actually, no matter what, it's because we're not strong enough. Otherwise, we wouldn't have ended up like this. Actually, I have no reason to blame him. He's already sacrificed a lot. I just don't want him to use MCMAU as a pawn. Fong Ping. Old man Li patted his shoulder and said, "Let's understand each other. Your home is MCMAU. His home is Sino Nation. Actually, I can understand him. You should try to understand him too." Understand? I understand. It just doesn't feel good. Fong Ping said, shaking his head. Forget it. I won't think about it anymore. Oh right. Fong Ping suddenly laughed. Instructor, do you think he'll embezzle some imperishable substance? Cough, cough, cough. Old man Li coughed softly. He could not help but laugh. He did not say anything. Fong Ping did not say anything else. He opened a bottle and poured out a large amount of life essence. He picked Lu Fengru up and wrapped her in the life essence. Then he used his mentality to imprison the life essence to prevent it from escaping. Old man Li glanced at it, then at the items in the hall. He kicked Qin Fengqing away and asked, "You've gained quite a lot this time. How much in total?" I didn't count. Fong Ping smiled. When he left Skyplant City, he had 1,000 caddies of energy liquid and 30,000 caddies of energy stones. There were a total of 9 petals from the heavenly golden lotus, 8 golden body fruits, 130 sunflower fruits, more than 250 kilograms of life essence, 1 grade 9 divine weapon, 5 grade 7 divine weapons, 1 storage ring, divine accumulation fruit, meridian molding flower, 100 tempering fruit. In the end, he got 800 caddies of life essence from Ji Yao on the way. In the Land of Kings, Fong Ping seized many more items, including by Shan Yue, Ji Yao, and Hua Yu's storage rings. Fong Ping checked them now. The Land of Kings had also gained a lot. 2 holy fruits. There were about 600 caddies of life essence, mainly carried by Ji Yao. By Shan Yue and Hua Yu's were almost used up. There were almost no energy stones, but there was a lot of source liquid. The few of them had quite a lot, at least 1,500 caddies. In terms of divine weapons, Fong Ping did not get the other people's rank 9 divine weapons. He got by Shan Yue's rank 9 battle axe, 6 rank 8 divine weapons, and close to 40 rank 7 divine weapons. Among them, Ji Yao had the most treasures. Her storage ring was also very big. It was almost 10 cubic meters, twice the size of Fong Extermination's. Other than these, there were many treasures in Ji Yao's storage ring. There were 10 golden fruits and a spare rank 9 longsword. The Ji family was indeed powerful. As for the Sky Golden Lotus, there were 3 of them, 3 heavenly golden lotuses, 1 holy fruit, 1 maple fruit, and 10 golden body fruits from Fong Ping. These few items alone might be enough for Ji Yao to step into the later stage of rank 8. However, the gains in the Land of Kings had not increased his wealth. Fong Ping knew that this had something to do with Old Wang and the rest's efforts. Other than Ji Yao's, Hua Yu and Bai Shan Yue also had quite a few treasures. The heavenly golden lotus was in their possession as well. Fong Ping even suspected that these people could plan it. Logically speaking, this thing came from the Forbidden Sea and should not have been obtained so easily. The two rank 8 martial artists, other than treasures that increase mentality, had the most golden body fruits. Each of them had no less than 10 golden body fruits in their storage rings. Just these 3 people alone had 30 golden body fruits in total. As for Purple Moon and the rest, they did not have storage rings. In fact, they did not bring many things with them. They would not carry many things with them. 2 holy fruits, each can increase 100 million wealth points, worth 2 trillion. 600 caddies of life essence, worth 5 trillion. 1 sky golden lotus with 8 petals, worth 800 billion. 1,500 caddies of energy fluid, equivalent to 7,500 caddies of energy stones, worth 2,250 billion. As for divine weapons, 2 rank 9, 6 rank 8, 40 rank 7, worth close to 1 trillion. The maple fruit is worth 200 billion. Huayu also has a maple fruit, that's 400 billion. 30 golden body fruits, worth 300 billion. There are other miscellaneous heavenly materials and earthly treasures worth 300 billion as well. Fong Ping calculated in his heart. Even he was a little shocked. Based on this calculation, the treasures in the land of kings might be worth more than 5 trillion. No, there are still 3 storage rings. Huayu and Baishanuez are about the same size as maple extinguishers. 250 billion each, that's 500 billion. Ji Yao's will at least double, another 500 billion. Based on this calculation, the gains from the land of kings will exceed 5 trillion. Fong Ping took a deep breath. These princes were really rich. That was true. He had earned close to 3 trillion from maple extinguisher. Not to mention the princes this time, there was also Ji Yao, a big shot, and 2 holy fruits. Strictly speaking, it was not considered much. This did not even include the mysterious jade, true monarch's glove. Fong Ping knew that the origin unique art was actually not worth much, so he did not care about that. No, there's still the big sunflower. Fong Ping suddenly thought of something. Very quickly, Fong Ping threw out the big sunflower and began to cut it. Everyone watched him do it, not saying a word. Not bad. There's actually close to 300 caddies of life essence, a big flower plate, and more than 60 sunflower fruits. Fong Ping calculated again. The big sunflower's value was not low. There was already 750 billion life essence. He was not sure how much the big flower plate was worth, but he felt that it was definitely not worse than the maple fruit. It might even be a little better, maybe 300 billion. 60 sunflower fruits, that was also 60 billion. The big sunflower's heart core and brain core were shattered, but the torso was still there. The rank 9 monster plant's torso was also worth a lot. Even if it was 20 billion, this big sunflower was still the most valuable monster plant that Fong Ping had ever seen. About 110 billion. I've really earned a lot this time, Fong Ping thought, his expression a little gloomy. If there was no war in Magic City catacombs, this could be said to be perfect to the extreme. The Martial King's battleground in Magic City catacombs, the harvest was as high as 10 trillion and above. Taking a deep breath, Fong Ping did not think about this anymore. He turned around and looked at Li Chongsheng, saying, 2,200 caddies of life essence, 2,500 caddies of energy liquid, 30,000 caddies of energy stones, 3 holy fruits, 2 maple fruits, 6 whole heavenly golden lotuses with 1 petal, 190 sunflower fruits, 38 golden body fruits, 3 rank 9 divine weapons, 6 rank 8 divine weapons, 45 rank 7 divine weapons, 3 storage rings, hundreds of divine fruits, 100 honing fruits. Everyone present was completely stunned. Old Man Li mumbled, "There's also the True King Unique Arts." The True King Unique Arts were priceless. Wu Chuan was also inexplicably shocked. He said softly, "How much is the total value?" They did not know the value of some things. For example, they had never seen the holy fruits and maple fruits before. Fong Ping said calmly, "The value should be close to 30 trillion. Fong Ping also calculated it based on his wealth. He had spent a lot of wealth. Other things aside, he had condensed 80 lumps of imperishable substance alone, which was worth 800 million wealth points. He had spent 450 million points to expand the space. At this moment, Fong Ping took a look at his own data again. Wealth, 370 million points. Vitality, 66,080 calories, 70,488 calories. Mentality, 4,010 hertz, 4,099 hertz. Destruction power, 35 yuan, 35 yuan. Bones honed, 206 bones, 100%. Storage space, 10,000 cubic meters plus. Energy shield, 1 point/minute plus. Aura simulation, 10 point/minute plus, including the 10 trillion wealth that had not been calculated yet. This time, the harvest was indeed close to 30 trillion. After all, the value of some things given by the system was not the value traded in the human world. For example, things like life essence, the system's valuation was only 5 million per gram, but the market price was much higher. 30 trillion, everyone was stunned. This trip to the restricted area, Fong Ping's harvest was too exaggerated. So exaggerated that they had somewhat forgotten everything, forgotten the defeat in the war just now. In the distance, there seemed to be some unstable aura, and a passageway suddenly collapsed. Fong Ping glanced at it, but did not say anything. Who told you to look down on me? This time, he was quite unhappy with old Zhang. Initially, with such a huge harvest, with Fong Ping's character, old Zhang would definitely not leave too much for him when he went all out to save him. Old Zhang did save him, but he gave up MCMEU. This was hard for Fong Ping to accept. This trip to the restricted area, in Fong Ping's opinion, was nothing. Just the information alone could not be measured in terms of value. For example, the Shijiang Catacombs actions, the Shishan Catacombs actions, the situation in the catacombs, the Lord's strength. All these were really not something that a mere capital city catacombs could compare to. Of course, Fong Ping also knew that what he was thinking might not be what old Zhang was thinking, but it still made Fong Ping feel bad. Actually, old Huang did not have to die. Maybe there might not even be people dying in capital city. Fong Ping did not talk about this anymore. He looked at Wang Jinyang and the rest, saying, "What you need are not energy stones. The previous few harvests are enough for you. Old Yao needs to hone his skull and achieve rank 8 as soon as possible. Then, I'll give you 10 golden fruits and a lump of imperishable substance." Old Wang and Iron Head are slightly lacking in mentality. Old Wang has 10 golden fruits, a heavenly golden lotus, and a lump of imperishable substance. As for Iron Head, I won't give you golden fruits, but a heavenly golden lotus and a lump of imperishable substance. All of you quickly achieve rank 8. Fong Ping quickly picked out the items and handed them to them. A heavenly golden lotus was worth 160 billion. There was demand, but no supply. A golden fruit was almost impossible to buy even if it was 10 billion each. Not to mention a lump of imperishable substance worth 1,000 yuan. Fong Ping needed 10 million points to condense it, and its value was as high as 100 billion. Even Yao Qingjun, who seemed to get the least, had more than 200 billion. In reality, this was completely different from the 200 billion energy stones. The rest did not have any objections. They were already extremely satisfied with this distribution. The key was that they could use what they got this time. Moreover, it was very useful. It could help them achieve rank 8 as soon as possible. Beside them, Qin Fengqing looked expectant. Fong Ping looked at him for a while and said slowly, "You owed me 100 billion previously." Qin Fengqing's face fell. Fong Ping said again, "This time, since you went to the battlefield and dared to challenge the passageway, the 100 billion debt will be waived. Also, you're only early stage rank 7 now. You need to train your mentality. I'll give you 50 sunflowers, 1 petal of a heavenly golden lotus, and 100 caddies of energy liquid." Just the amount given alone was worth 220 billion. Including the debt waiver, it was more than 300 billion. Qin Fengqing was shocked. That good? It felt like it was even more than old Wang and the rest. Fong Ping gave him a look and said in a low voice, "You're from MCMEU. 2 generations fought for MCMEU. Qin Fengqing, I hope that you'll be successful in the future, not like how you are now, only knowing how to become stronger without contributing to MCMEU. MCMEU's instructors are all old." The younger generation, Ironhead is from CCMAU after all. Other than me, among the younger generation, only you are a true MCMAU student. Old Huang has fallen. Today it's him. Who will it be tomorrow? The older generation instructors are all dead. Who else will carry the burden of MCMAU? I hope you can think about it yourself. Some things can't just be said. Fong Ping did not continue. He gave the sunflowers and the heavenly golden lotus to Qin Fengqing. As for the big sunflower, Fong Ping glanced at the rank 9s and said, I won't distribute the monster sunflower anymore. The monster sunflower was killed by Senior Wu and Instructor Li. It's worth a lot, but I have a use for it. I hope both of you can give it to me. Wu Chuan laughed. Just take it. You've given me so many things. Just take it as. Fong Ping pressed his hands together and said, Senior Wu, that's a different matter. This is a gift from both of you. Consider it a favor, and what I'm giving you is my thanks. Although Wu Chuan did not understand, he still nodded and said, Then I'll give it to you. Thank you very much. Fong Ping took a deep breath. With that, the distribution was complete. It was time to increase his wealth. Aside from Qin Fengqing's debt, Fong Ping guessed that the rest would be deducted from the gains in the King Battleground, including the imperishable matter. As expected, his wealth changed instantly. This time, the increase did not exceed the 1.06 trillion that Fong Ping had expected. Wealth, 1.32 billion points. His wealth increased by 950 million points. Fong Ping had just looked at it for a while when the system interface turned black. It's starting to upgrade. Fong Ping calculated in his heart. He did not know what changes would happen when the system upgraded this time. More than 1.3 billion wealth points. More than 20 trillion worth of resources. However, Fong Ping thought for a while. He still had to pay old Zhang some energy stones. Very quickly, Fong Ping made the distribution. Old Zhang, 15,000 caddies of energy stones. He was not prepared to give him an extra one. Wu Chuan, 10 lumps of imperishable matter, 1 rank, 9 divine weapon, 5,000 caddies of energy stones. On Old Man Li's side, his longevity sword had also self-destructed. Fong Ping gave Ji Yao's divine weapon longsword to Old Man Li. He did not give anything else. He gave Old Man Li a whole 30 lumps of imperishable matter. Although Old Man Li could convert it himself, it would take time. Fong Ping needed Old Man Li to become stronger. He did not know the situation on Wu Quishan's side. He did not know what the final outcome would be. In the end, Fong Ping looked at Zhang Weiyu, who was in the middle of the field. He hesitated for a while, but still said, since Guardian Zhang has come to help this time, entering the catacombs is a risk. The Guardian is about to enter the pinnacle. Fong Ping can't help much. Send 10 lumps of imperishable matter to the Guardian. I hope the Guardian can enter the pinnacle as soon as possible. Zhang Weiyu glanced at him and sighed softly. He did not say anything, nor did he refuse. He took the imperishable matter lumps. 1 lump of imperishable matter was equivalent to 10 times his own imperishable matter. 10 lumps, 100 times his own. It was enough for him to advance to the pinnacle. It would not be like Nan Yinhua last time, where she almost failed. Out of the 70 lumps of imperishable matter, Fong Ping sent out more than 50 lumps in a short while. Fong Ping did not plan to keep the rest. This time, he was prepared. He would give the rest to Guoshengquan and the other 2. Not only the imperishable matter, but also a large amount of energy liquids. This time, he wanted to help these 3 advance to rank 9 and become rank 9 powerhouses of the origin path. These 3 had long understood the origin path. However, they lacked resources, or perhaps the forging of their golden bodies was not enough, so they could not advance. This time, however, they had the imperishable matter and energy liquids to provide energy. Perhaps they could advance quickly. Not only that, Fong Ping was also prepared to tell them about the cultivation methods. These 3 had come to participate in the final battle despite knowing that they would die. Fong Ping no longer had any other thoughts. They were MCMU's instructors. Not only these people, but Fong Ping was also prepared to give Tang Feng, Luo Yichuan, and the other instructors a large amount of resources. These people would choose MCMAU in times of real danger and fight to the death for MCMAU. I want to arm MCMAU to the teeth. What happened this time will not happen a second time. I want to counterattack the Magic City catacombs soon and take revenge. I also want to hone my golden body quickly and strive to achieve the 7th or even the 8th or 9th level of the golden body, honing this time. Fong Ping thought silently in his heart. He put away everything and took a look at Lu Fengru, who was soaking in the life essence. He wondered when the instructor would wake up. It would be a real pity if the instructor and the vice-chancellor did not wake up and knew about the counterattack on the Magic City catacombs. In the concourse, everyone looked at Fong Ping, who did not say a word and said nothing. Zhang Tao did not show up again. Based on his usual personality, he would have come to extort so many good things at this time. But this time, Zhang Tao did not come. Since Fong Ping had already said that the things would only be given to MCMEU, he could not get them unless he snatched them by force. Far away from the concourse, in a passageway, Zhang Tao slowly stripped the origin aura from the gloves and slowly integrated it into Wu Quishan's body. He chuckled. The little guy is angry. He probably thinks that no one in the world can be trusted except himself and MCMAU. That's good too. It's better to rely on yourself than others. Instead of thinking that others will save him, it's better to think about saving himself. Lil Wu, do you think I'm wrong? We'll talk about it if you're right or wrong. But this way, he's angry, so it's not good to do anything to him anymore. Forget it, forget it. I'll ask that old thing Warlord to come and get close to him later. I've saved him a few times, after all. Zhang Tao chuckled and said, what do you think if I let the Wuhan army join MCMAU? Will this kid accept it? But people's hearts are made of flesh. When the Wuhan army counterattacked Magic City, they fought to the death, and a bunch of people died. He'll probably accept it. Too bad he's still too weak. Rank 8. Rank 8 to the peak, it's too far. But speaking of which, this brat has a way of accumulating wealth. He even managed to obtain a complete, true monarch absolute art. This thing is very rare. Whether you will benefit from this disaster or not, it will depend on your luck. If your origin Dao is strong enough and your willpower is strong enough, maybe you can integrate this new Dao, or even devour it. Remember, try your best to devour the mysterious Jade True King's Dao. The Catacombs Dao is incomplete. The human's Dao is longer and higher. Use his Dao to mend your own. Don't think about reaping without sowing and replacing him. If you do that, you'll be the weakest peak, not even comparable to the mysterious Jade True King. You'll die sooner or later. Since he wants to build MCMAU into the strongest force, I don't mind. But MCMU without absolute darkness to oversee it, does it deserve to be called the strongest? Peak. Lil Wu, do as you see fit. If you die and count on Li Changsheng, I'm afraid there's no hope in the short term. Zhang Tao nagged for a while. Wu Quishan, who was in front of him, closed his eyes and did not move at all. Zhang Tao smiled when he saw this. Suddenly, he scattered the imperishable matter in his hand, leaving about 1/10 of it, and threw it on Wu Quishan. He smiled and said, this much is enough for you. The rest belongs to me. I'll go ask Zhang Weiyu and Wu Chuan for some money later. Speaking of which, I've really suffered a loss this time. If I knew that rank 9s couldn't come, I would have gotten a few rank 17 and 18 to fight. Maybe I could have earned a lot. Try your best not to die. If you and Lu Fengru die too, this kid will probably turn against me completely. Zhang Tao laughed for a while. After thinking for a while, he suddenly said, who is he? Demon Emperor? Demon Emperor? Or Seed of Rebirth? At this moment, Wu Quishan's body trembled. Don't worry, I don't want to find out. I'm just thinking about a question. Who is the Demon Emperor? Who is the Demon Emperor? Even, who is the Celestial Emperor? Zhang Tao murmured and said absent-mindedly, in the battle between the strong, the weak are guilty. Who is the real culprit? Billions of lives are used as pawns. If the heavens don't punish them, I will. Chapter 778. In the underground hall, Fong Ping and the others had not left. After a while, Old Man Li said, Fong Ping, you guys go back first. MCMAU is a mess now, and Old Wu is injured. Go back and make arrangements. Instructor, I want to stay here. Old man, Lee tilted his head and glanced at the passageway entrance, smiling. Although the minister is here, I feel more at ease staying here. Actually, there was still a way to disrupt the passageway. Magic City's catacombs had been stable for many years, but with Zhang Tao's ability, he could still go in and disrupt the passageway so that the other party could not come over. However, no one mentioned this. MCMU would retaliate. Even if MCMU did not retaliate, humans would retaliate. The Great War was about to begin. Sealing Magic City passageways now was meaningless. Once 108 passageways were opened, all the unstable passageways would be completely stabilized. Instead of chaos at that time, it was better to open the passageways now, seize resources, and clear out the catacombs' wings. Fong Ping glanced at Lu Fengru, who was still sleeping. After a while, he said, "Then I'll send the instructor back first." As he spoke, Zhang Tao's voice came from afar. "Guardian Zhang, Guardian Wu, you guys go to Capital City." The two guardians looked at each other and said nothing. Soon, they were ready to leave. Seeing that Wu Chuan did not mention anything about the energy stones, Fong Ping thought for a while and handed over a 5 cubic meter storage ring. He said, "Senior Wu, take the energy stones with you. Have a safe journey. MCMU will still have to rely on Senior Wu's care in the future." Wu Chuan took the storage ring and scanned it with his mentality. He could not help but laugh. "You're quite generous." As he said that, Wu Chuan did not act pretentious and took the storage ring. It was already filled with energy stones. There should be 5,000 caddies inside. Wu Chuan was just about to leave when Fong Ping said hurriedly, "Instructor Li, give a divine weapon long sword to Brother Wu first. Take the halberd and modify it later." Old Man Li laughed and tossed the long sword to Wu Chuan. Wu Chuan tossed the halberd to Old Man. Wu Chuan was really leaving this time. After a few steps, he suddenly sent a voice transmission to Fong Ping, sighing softly. "Don't be angry, Fong Ping. I know what you're thinking, but this is the era. We're all moving forward in the dark. No one can avoid it. You, me, and the minister too. He was not a god. He could not calculate everything and see the future. Me coming to Shanghai was also arranged by the minister. Similarly, the others going to the capital was also arranged by the minister. In all of this, there is only one goal: victory. Paying the smallest price in exchange for the greatest victory. This was humanity. This was Cathay. Fong Ping. If there comes a day when the minister's death can be exchanged for the lives of a few true kings, the minister will not hesitate. I know, I don't have any complaints. I just can't accept it. Then I'll cultivate well." Wu Chuan sighed softly. Then he regained his smile and said, "When Magic City's catacombs counterattack, I'll come again and kill to my heart's content. This time it's so frustrating." After saying that, Wu Chuan left at an extremely fast speed. Zhang Weiyu wanted to say something, but in the end, he didn't. He was close to the pinnacle, but whether he would be participating in the Battle of Magic City or the battles of other catacombs was still undecided. In fact, he might not even participate in the battle this time. Instead, he would choose to break through on the ground. In order to ensure his safety, the possibility of this was very high. Things would not happen more than 3 times. Humans paragons had broken through in the catacombs one after another. The people in the catacombs would probably not be careless anymore. Wu Chuan and Zhang Weiyu left. Fong Ping was about to leave with Lu Fengru in his arms when Zhang Tao said again from afar, "Come here." Fong Ping turned his head to look at Wang Jinyang and the rest, saying, "You guys go back first." The others nodded. Wang Jinyang thought for a moment and said, "Don't get into a conflict." Fong Ping shook his head. "What conflict can there be? He could kill me with a single breath. Would I dare?" Wang Jinyang could not help but laugh. He said, "Let's go back and cultivate in seclusion first. Strive to achieve rank 8 as soon as possible. When MCMU counterattacks, remember to inform us. Don't start the war without a word." "I will." After talking for a while, Fong Ping walked toward the passageway on the side. After a while, Fong Ping saw Wu Quishan floating in the air. At this moment, Wu Quishan's physical injuries had already healed. However, he was still in a deep slumber. The glove's luster had also dimmed, and it no longer had its previous charm. Just as Fong Ping was about to speak, Zhang Tao said in an imposing manner, "Sit." Fong Ping glanced at him. Without another word, he sat down cross-legged. "Tell me in detail about your trip to the restricted area this time." After saying that, he paused and said, "You can blame me, but don't talk nonsense about information. If you talk nonsense, many people might die. When that time comes, you'll be a sinner. Rank 8 martial artist? Don't be so childish." Fong Ping said angrily, "I haven't even said anything. How do you know I'm going to lie?" Zhang Tao said indifferently, "That's good. Say it." "Can the vice-chancellor be saved?" Zhang Tao glanced at him and said casually, "It depends on luck." Fong Ping did not pester him. He said quickly, "After I sneaked into the restricted area, I went to Sky Plant City, which is the imperial city of Sky Plant's royal court. There are 360 royal cities in Sky Plant's royal court. The city lords are all rank 9. In the imperial city, there are 8 halls other than the true king's hall. The 8 hall lords and deputy hall lords are all rank 9. There are also 300,000 Sky Plant soldiers. The 10,000 commander-in-chief is also all rank 9, Fong Ping said slowly. Soon, Zhang Tao said, "There are powerhouses in the divine general ranking in Shijiang's catacombs?" "That's right. City Lord Mei Jin is a powerhouse in the divine general ranking. And the powerhouses in the divine general ranking are all powerhouses who have already reached the origin path. Many origin path powerhouses are not even qualified to be in the ranking." Mei Jin, Zhang Tao pondered and said, "Li Zhu hid his strength." "How did you know?" "I guessed, but my intuition is very accurate. I'm also very sensitive to danger. I only felt that I was out of danger when I was about 3,000 li away from Sky Plant City. So I guess that Li Zhu hid his strength." "How dare you guess?" Zhang Tao glanced at him. This guy was very bold. He dared to stir up trouble in Sky Plant City. He almost blew up Sky Plant City. This was something he did not expect. Not only that, he even dared to sneak into Sky Plant's royal court's palace. He was very bold. Zhao Xingwu became the left marshal of the Sky Plant's army. Li Zhu and these people are quite bold. Is Zhao Xingwu one of us? I think he tried to help me escape a few times. Zhao Xingwu? Zhang Tao thought for a while. After a while, he said, "Zhao Xingwu isn't anyone's man. He has his own ideals. He has his own pursuits. But he didn't betray humans. We can only be said to be working together. Or to put it bluntly, he is also a way out, even if this way might lead to a dead end. If one day, humans are really defeated and have nowhere to run, maybe Zhao Xingwu can really save a group of people. Even if they have to be dogs, they have to live live until the day the catacombs are overthrown." Zhang Tao chuckled. "Maybe there won't be such a day. But when that time comes, we don't have to care anymore. If it's a genocide, then let it be. Maybe letting a group of innocent people live is the only thing we can do." Zhang Tao did not talk about this. He continued, "You mentioned the surveillance system. Tell me again." Fong Ping gave a simple explanation. He did not know much about this. Most of it was just speculation. Zhang Tao pondered for a while. He skipped this topic and quickly changed the topic to the place where the kings fought. He said in a low voice, "In the place where the kings fought, the 2 kings might really be reviving. They ordered the kings to test it out. What's King Qian doing? Have you heard anything about King Qian in the restricted zone?" "No. King Qian is very low-key. Almost no one dares to talk about him in the restricted zone. Including King Qian's manor, there are only a few nobodies. There's almost no news about King Qian circulating. Dogs that bite don't bark." Zhang Tao said lightly, then said slowly, "Sky Plant's royal court is now divided into 3 factions. Li Zhu, King Qian, and King Maple. Actually, King Maple is the most stupid group of people. When these people fight, they'll be the first to fall. If they want to sit back and reap the benefits, they're just dreaming. King Maple might have taken the second path, probably in this 100 years or so. In this 100 years, it's also the most active period for him. He wants to hide his strength and reap the benefits, but he can't control his ambition. He can't even control his desire to show off and let others know how powerful he is. Therefore, if he breaks through, there should be many people who know about it. At least people like King Huai should know. In short, when the war broke out, King Maple's faction was abandoned by Sky Plant's royal court. However, now that you said Huai Yu and the others already know about some things, it's hard to say what will happen next. Fang Ping said nothing. Zhang Tao said again, Li Zhu. Everyone knows about Li Zhu's ambition. It's just that it floated on the surface in the past, making people wary. Now that he's lying low, there might be a group of true kings supporting him in the dark. Let's not talk about this for now. As for King Qian, speaking of this elusive figure, Zhang Tao pondered for a moment and said slowly, King Qian is more low-key than Life King, but he's been a king for a long time. The time when he appeared was also the time when the catacombs passageway opened. King Qian and Heaven-subduing King are probably close, very close. There's something you might not know. King Qian became the Hall Master of True King Hall at about the same time as the catacombs passageway opened. True King Hall has existed for thousands of years. When the era of two kings ended, True King Hall has existed. Take a guess when the catacombs passageway first opened. There was no war. Where did the previous Hall Master go? Fang Ping frowned. Zhang Tao smiled faintly. He's dead. We've been dealing with the Heavenly Plant's royal court for so many years, so we still know some things. King Qian ascended to the throne because of the death of the previous Temple Master. Destiny Royal Court is different. The previous Hall Master of True King Hall probably died in King Qian's hands. At that time, the two royal courts were still at war. Fang Ping was confused. Why was Zhang Tao saying all this? Zhang Tao smiled faintly. Don't think too much. I'm just telling you, don't underestimate King Qian. No one knows who is more scheming, Li Zhu or King Qian. However, if Li Zhu has really recovered his strength, King Qian might not know about it. Li Zhu thinks he has everything planned out, but it might be King Qian who created this situation. Fang Ping frowned slightly and did not say anything. When Zhang Tao saw that Duan Ling Tian did not seem to be too bothered by it, he suddenly smiled and said, Actually, I've been trying to guess who killed that demon plant back then. Actually, all these years, I've come up with a few suspects. King Qian is one of them. Fang Ping's pupils shrank. What do you mean? Zhang Tao said playfully, just guessing for fun. Fang Ping almost died of anger. He snorted and did not continue the conversation. Zhang Tao ignored him and finally asked, The big business you mentioned, what big business is it? Fang Ping did not stay silent this time. 100 king coin appeared in his hand. He said calmly, 100 king coin. One coin can be exchanged for 100 caddies of rank 9 energy stones. The 100 Kings Palace can be exchanged. There are thousands of 100 Kings Palace in the catacombs, and there are countless energy stones. There is no way to distinguish, just a hint of true king's chi. If it was forged, as long as it was not exchanged on a large scale, exchanging 1,000 caddies per family was considered a small business. Almost no one would care. 1,000 caddies per family was 1,000,000 caddies, 500 tons of rank 9 energy stones. Actually, this is not a big deal. If you really want to dig a mineral vein, digging up 100,000 caddies of energy stones is not a problem. It's only 10 mineral veins, and there are many mineral veins in the catacombs. The true kings will not pay attention. At this moment, Zhang Tao's eyes lit up. The next moment, Fang Ping picked up the 100 king coin, turned around, and left. I quit. If I go to the restricted area again and find that MCMEU is gone when I come back, then what's the point of going? So what if I earn 500 tons of energy stones? I don't need that much. What I have now is enough. 500 tons is already a small amount. Exchanging 1,000 king coins per family in the 100 Kings Palace is already the minimum. Maybe it can reach 1,000 tons, or even more. After all, Destiny Royal Court is also using 100 king coins, including the Demon Royal Court. Actually, some high-ranked demons are also using it. If all 4 royal courts go one round, they will earn even more. Who would care about this in a territory of 6 billion square kilometers? Before this, I was thinking of finding time to do it again. Now that I think about it, I'm stupid. When the time comes and I'm discovered, the catacombs' true king will hunt me down all over the world. I don't need that much myself. Why should I fight a true king to the end for this? I don't have the strength of a true king. Fong Ping said as he walked. Actually, it's useless for me to have so many resources. No matter how many resources I have, can they throw me into a desperate situation? Am I right, Minister? Zhang Tao's eyebrows twitched. 100 king coins. 1,000 houses in the 100 King's palace. 1,000 tons of rank 9 energy stones. 1,000 tons. Other things aside, high ranks aside, just before rank 6, from rank 1 to rank 5, you can actually rely on throwing money at it. Bone honing, body honing, honing internal organs with enough energy, it could be honed quickly. From rank 1 to rank 5. Honing quickly, about 10 caddies of energy stones was actually enough. 10 caddies. In the past, martial artists in the 3 lower ranks could hardly come into contact with energy stones. The 3 middle ranks were calculated in grams. 5 caddies, according to the black market price back then, was worth 5 billion. Throwing 5 billion to rank 5 was achievable. 1,000 tons, 2 million caddies. Just by throwing money at it, one could throw out a 200,000-strong middle-ranked army. Now, Sino Nation was preparing to conscript 1 million soldiers. Even if these million people all became martial artists, there would only be 4 million martial artists. Currently, the number of martial artists was far from 4 million. There were only about 5 million officially registered martial artists. With a ratio of 10% middle-ranked martial artists, Sino Nation had about 200,000 middle-ranked martial artists. In reality, there were none. The peace military was one of the 3 strongest armies in Sino Nation, and there were only about 10,000 middle-ranked martial artists. 1,000 tons of energy stones. Sino Nation and the catacombs had been at war for hundreds of years, and they had not seized so many energy stones. No, forget 1,000 tons. Even 100 tons would be an overestimation. 200,000 middle-ranked martial artists. Only the catacombs had this kind of extravagance. The Skyplan Army's 300,000 troops were all middle-ranked. Fong Ping. Zhang Tao had just opened his mouth when Fong Ping ran extremely fast, disappearing without a trace in the blink of an eye. After he ran, Zhang Tao suddenly cursed under his breath. This thing was purposely keeping him in suspense. Motherf asterisk Kerr, 1,000 tons of energy stones. Zhang Tao was so angry that he was about to vomit blood. It would have been fine if he did not say it, but now that he had said it, he did not do it. What was this? Calm down, Zhang Tao said to himself. I'm at the pinnacle. What have I not seen before? It's just 1,000 tons of energy stones. It's a matter of dozens of mineral veins. Do you really think I haven't seen the world? There are many mineral veins in Mount Royal Sea. There are definitely more than dozens of them. Do you think I really care? What a joke. Ridiculous. I want to move them. There are no desperation monsters in Mount Royal Sea. I can move as many as I want. In the next moment, a phone appeared in Zhang Tao's hand. He dialed a number and said, "Is Li Jun back?" Li Jun's voice came from the other side very quickly. "He just came back. He was almost killed by you. Your side. Cut the crap. Go to Mount Royal Sea and move dozens of mineral veins. Smash them on top of MCMEU's head." Li Jun was silent for a while. After a while, he said, "Don't be too pressured. You'll drive a desperation monster crazy. It'll be a joke." Zhang Tao was crazy. He was definitely crazy. Is he thinking that I'm not dying fast enough and will only be satisfied after I'm dead? Dozens of mineral veins. If I go to Mount Royal Sea and move one, those peerless monsters from 10,000 Demon Royal Court will come for me. Would anyone who is not crazy say this? Zhang Tao suddenly sighed. I lost dozens of mineral veins this time. What do you think I should do? Huh. Forget it. You won't understand, even if I tell you. I fell out with that kid. He has a business of dozens of mineral veins in his hands. Now he's throwing in the towel. Li Jun was stunned for a moment. After a long time, he gritted his teeth and said, "It's just mineral veins. Don't worry too much about it." After saying that, he said, "He's back in MCMU now?" "Yes. Got it?" After saying that, Li Jun hung up the phone. Military department. Li Jun paced back and forth for a while. He murmured, dozens of mineral veins, dozens of them. How many energy stones are there? These guys from the Fallen Star Army burn money the moment they start a war. They've never seen a time to earn money. Zhang Tao asked me to hold back for true kings and gave me 2,000 caddies of energy stones. Is he trying to make me a beggar? McMahon. MCMEU needs military control. 2,000 caddies of energy stones, dozens of mineral veins. No way. Li Jun muttered to himself. Outside, a few military department martial artists looked at each other. What was wrong with the commander today? When he came back, he was all smiles, saying that he had made a big profit this time. He had earned a ton of energy stones. In the blink of an eye, he was so happy that he was possessed. Where did the dozens of mineral veins come from? They looked at each other. Soon, someone coughed softly and reminded, Commander, urgent news from the Beijiang catacombs. A huge mine has been discovered. It contains hundreds of caddies of high-ranked energy stones. The Beijiang catacombs are organizing people to seize the mine. They hope that the commander will go to Mount Royal Sea and unleash your power to deter everyone and reduce the pressure on Beijiang. Li Jun looked at them. After a while, he suddenly shouted, Get lost! Motherf, asterisk cur. Am I that cheap? A few hundred caddies of mine, and you guys actually want me to go to Mount Royal Sea to fight. I don't have the mood to do that now. Didn't you hear me say dozens of big mines? Besides, I've just been hunted down. If I go now, wouldn't I be asking for a beating? Glaring fiercely at them, Li Jun snorted coldly and said, Xiaoquang, don't worry. Tell them to guard the city well and stop causing trouble for me. The few of you, go immediately, go to MCMEU and pacify them. Magic City's catacombs has been lost. They'll counterattack sooner or later. The Fallen Star Army can go to war anytime. Everyone looked at each other again. The Fallen Star Army still had a lot of tasks. The situation in Magic City was still unclear. Could they go to war anytime now? McMahon. After coming out from underground, Fong Ping was in a much better mood. He did it on purpose. I'm quitting now. I'll just guard MCMU from now on. I won't cause any trouble for you. Is that okay? If you think I've caused too much trouble, then I'll just stay on the surface. Fong Ping's mood had just improved for a moment. When he reached the university, his mood was slightly gloomy again. Outside the passageway, many people had been waiting. Seeing him come out, Su Gacheng, who was the oldest among them, walked forward. He glanced at Lu Fengru and smiled. Are you all right? I should be able to save her. I just need some time, that's good. Su Gacheng was still smiling. He laughed and said, Don't be dejected. I'm considered the oldest person in the university now. No, I'm a few years younger than old Lu. I'm used to seeing life and death. It'll be fine once I get used to it. Huang Jing and the rest died in the catacombs. They all felt bad, but life has to go on. If a few people die and people become dispirited, then humans won't be able to hold on any longer. My colleagues who entered the university at the same time. Now, almost all of them are dead. Old Huang isn't alone. He has children and grandchildren. How old are they? To be honest, it wasn't a loss. We killed a lot of rank 9s. We even helped Li Chongqing along. At least Li Chongqing didn't die. You can say it's a gain. It's actually a joyous occasion. Fong Ping glanced at Su Gacheng, who was all smiles. He said softly, Instructor, you don't have to comfort me. I'm really not as weak as you think. You're already so old. When you smile, there are so many wrinkles. Ha! Su Gacheng laughed loudly. Then his expression darkened. Since you're all right, then don't act like your parents died. Even though your parents are dead, you still have to do the proper work. Right now, everyone in the university is in a state of panic. Tang Feng and the rest aren't cut out for it. You still have to shoulder the responsibility that you should shoulder. Old Wu and the rest can't do anything now. Old Lu is also in closed-door cultivation to heal. The students believe in you now. This battle has dealt a heavy blow to everyone. Even you, Fong Ping, are dispirited and crying. How can you hope for the students to pull themselves together? We're old. It's time for you to take charge of MCMAU. Go. Tell everyone about your battle results. Talk about the success of this battle. Talk about your future plans. Talk about when to counterattack. It's just a few people died. It's too normal to die in war. If you can't even bear this little pressure, how are you going to fight in the future? Fong Ping took a deep breath and nodded. Then he shouted, "All instructors and students, gather at Field 1. After saying that, Fong Ping handed Lu Fengru to Chen Yunxi beside him. He said, "Send the instructor to the energy room. The rest of you go to the field for a meeting. Now that the Vice-Chancellor is not here, old Lu is recuperating. Vice-Chancellor Huang died in battle. I'm taking over MCMU." Fong Ping cheered up. Today he was MCMU's highest leader. Chapter 779. Field 1. At this moment, teachers and students arrived one after another. Many of them were covered in blood, and some of them were injured. Everyone was extremely solemn. Some of the new students who had not entered the catacombs were still a little confused, but some already knew what had happened. From afar, Fong Ping strode over, escorted by the crowd. Fong Ping walked straight to the rostrum. Stepping onto the stage, he looked around and announced loudly, "The Battle of Magic City is a great victory. Defeat, glory, shame." 98 instructors and 189 students died in battle. All of them are middle-ranked. In just a few short months, MCMAU has gone through two great battles. Vice-Chancellor Huang Jing died in battle, and MCMAU's grandmasters have fallen. Below the stage, some of the freshmen were at a loss. Some of the seniors burst into tears. In August, the Battle of the Divine Gate broke out. In November, the Battle of Moda broke out. In the two battles, 223 instructors and 311 students had perished. There were more than 500 people, and this was the worst loss they had suffered over the years. Almost all of them were middle-rank martial artists, and one of them was a grandmaster. If it had been more than a year ago, MCMAU would have completely declined with such a loss. Many teachers and students died in battle. Their military exploits are equally impressive. In this battle, we've killed 6 level 9 experts. This is a great victory. Losing Devil City, losing Hope City, and losing Magic City's catacombs is a huge defeat. It's an honor, but also a disgrace. One school suppressing one cave, becoming a joke. Fong Ping shouted loudly, "Everyone, is it worth it? Was it right or wrong? Whose fault is it?" It's Fong Ping's fault? Department Head Zhang's mistake? President Wu's fault? That's right. It's war that's wrong. What was wrong was that he was not strong enough. The war between the two worlds was just around the corner. If they didn't fight now, when would they fight again? If we don't get stronger now, when will we get stronger? The future of the race, the future of humanity, and the righteousness of the nation, I won't mention them today. Today, Fong Ping will only say one thing. Live for yourself, live for your family, and fight. Fight to the end. Fight until the end of the war. It's either the extinction of mankind and the death of my family, or we return victorious and conquer the catacombs. After becoming a martial artist, no one can avoid this battle. Fong Ping shouted, "People die in war. No one knows if there's a tomorrow." There were more than 10,000 people on the battlefield today. After the war ended, how many of them would survive? I don't know. No one knew if humanity still had a future. But even so, are you afraid? Tell me, are you scared? Don't worry. Everyone roared loudly. If you're not afraid, then continue to fight. In this battle, we may win or lose, but in the end, we will definitely win. MCMAU counterattacked the catacombs and took back what we lost. This is what MCMAU should do next. We need to wash away the shame ourselves. I, Fong Ping, have never been defeated, and this time is no exception. The same goes for you. Kill our way back. Do you still dare to fight? You dare. The roar sounded again. It's useless to dare. You are not strong enough. There were still 12 cities in the Magic City catacombs, 18 rank 9s, several rank 18s, and hundreds of rank 7s. Would shouting slogans be of any use? It's useless. Strength. Only with great strength can we carve out a path of blood in this damned war. Do you have that kind of strength? You didn't. Therefore, MCMU lost. MCMU lost. MCMU has become a disgrace. After Fong Ping finished speaking, many people's faces turned red. Strength. MCMU lacked this kind of strength. They lacked this kind of strength. Now, the only rank 9 powerhouse on the surface, Wu Quishan, was seriously injured and dying. 6 rank 8s, other than Fong Ping and Li Changsheng, the other 4 were also seriously injured and dying, still recuperating. How could they counterattack the catacombs with this kind of strength? Fong Ping roared again. Magic City Catacombs passageway has been sealed now. Outside the passageway, more than 10 rank 9s have gathered. Killing our way in is suicide. Fong Ping could invite powerhouses from all over the world to help in the battle, and then kill our way back. But are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to rely on others to help us take back everything we lost? They will also die in battle. They will also fail. They also have their own mission. Magic City Catacombs. It was MCMU, Fong Ping, who requested for the 3 departments and 4 prefectures to be guarded by MCMU. Now, it's lost in my hands. I'm not willing to let others lead this war. This war is still MCMU's war. But war kills people. Those who are still alive today, if you continue to participate in the war, you may continue to die. Are you really willing? Yes. The crowd's emotions surged, shouting again. Willing? Fong Ping suddenly laughed, saying, You are willing? I am not. I don't want you to die anymore. You are really too weak. You can no longer keep up with our footsteps. You have been left behind step by step, including some instructors. It is the same. In today's war, it is no longer enough without the strength of a high rank. But you are so far away from the high ranks. How can you still participate? Fong Ping saw that many of them looked angry, laughing again, saying, That's right. I am provoking you. But in fact, it is not purely provoking. It is also the truth. Do you know where I've been these days? Fong Ping smiled, saying, I went to the depths of the catacombs. The depths of the catacombs where legend has it that there are countless powerhouses. The world that is more magnificent than what you can imagine. The world of the catacombs that is more powerful. There, I saw countless powerhouses, countless rank 9s. As far as the eye can see, rank 9s are everywhere. The power of an army. 30 rank 9s. No, 33. Rank 7s are like grass. This trip to the catacombs. Everyone, do you know how many rank 7 and 8 martial artists I have killed? Hundreds. Having said that, Fong Ping stopped smiling, saying calmly, So, everyone, do you know why I don't like you? You are too weak. So weak that you have no sense of existence. When the war breaks out in the future, if you still have this kind of strength, cannon fodder, that will be your synonym. Our opponents can form one or even a few high-ranks army of 10,000 people. Who can resist such an army? Below the stage, Tang Feng and the others looked solemn, a little worried. At this moment, was it really appropriate to strike everyone's confidence like this? Fong Ping did not care what they thought, laughing again, saying, You have pressure, but it is not enough. You have a sense of crisis, but it is also not enough. If you think that our opponents are Magic City Catacombs, then you are gravely mistaken. In the past, I always felt that there are some things that I should not tell you. You are still weak. You can't bear such a heavy responsibility. You can't bear such a heavy burden. I can't either. Although I am a rank 8 in the depths of the catacombs, I am also cautious. One wrong step, and I will be doomed eternally, dying without a burial place. Everyone has a common idea: to protect the young, protect the weak, let them grow slowly. But everyone, we really don't have time. I don't want it to be like this. I also want to give everyone time. I also want to let everyone not feel so much pressure. Fong Ping gritted his teeth, shouting, But the enemy does not give us time. In the depths of the catacombs, I saw the seniors who guarded Imperial Sea Mountain for hundreds of years like a day and night, guarding Imperial Sea Mountain. I saw the catacombs martial artists, wantonly insulting, humiliating these ancestors who protect humanity. Those seniors bearing the heavy burden did not say a word for what? Martial arts must fight, cultivating to this level, guarding the extremely dangerous Imperial Sea Mountain. For what? They did not fight, did not scold, did not reply. Can you understand what I was thinking at that moment? I was thinking, one day, I will let these seniors return in glory. I was thinking, one day, I will kill all the bastards who humiliated us, the heroes of humanity. Today. But that requires strength. Without strength, it is impossible to quell the threat of the catacombs. These seniors bearing the heavy burden, suffering the humiliation, all became a joke. Everyone at this moment, no one is giving us time. No one is giving us time to grow slowly anymore. The seniors can't hold on any longer. At the front line, in a place you don't know, the desperation powerhouses can no longer hold up this sky. Do you know what the pinnacle is? Invincible powerhouses. Humanity's invincible powerhouses. How many people know these people? How many people have seen these people before? They have supported the peace for hundreds of years, and today, they can't hold on any longer. The new generation of martial artists no longer has time to grow. Therefore, at this moment, the only thing we can do is to become stronger as fast as possible. The stronger the better. Even if we can't destroy the catacombs, we must bite off a piece of their flesh before we die. Let them know how painful it is. Let them understand that invading humanity, invading Earth, is a pain that they will never forget for the rest of their lives. At this point, Fong Ping raised his voice again. Everyone, the enemy is so strong. Tell me, are you afraid now? No. Dare to fight. Dare to fight. Even if it means throwing away our lives. Even if we die without regrets. Deafening roars came one after another. Faces filled with determination and anger came into view. Fong Ping looked around and said slowly, "Then let blood be paid with blood. Kill them until the sky and earth are turned upside down. I won't let you go to your deaths. Even if you die, you must die with value. You can die, but you must bring a stronger powerhouse with you. From today onwards, energy stones will be provided for free. The only requirement is the heads of catacombs martial artists. No matter how many resources you have used, I don't want you to give me any in return. Kill the enemy. When MCMAU enters the war, there is no more realm, no more qualifications, only military merits. Kill people for merit. Energy stones are just the basics. Military merits are more important. You can get everything you want. You can become stronger, protect your family, protect everything you want to protect. Without strength, you can only be trampled on by others, like fish on a chopping board." As soon as he finished speaking, a large number of energy stones and energy liquids appeared on the rostrum. Fong Ping roared, "These are all for you. I'll give you everything that others can't get. I'll give you a chance to become stronger. But you must dare to fight. You must be able to fight." Old Lu once said that ever since the battle at the Sky Gate, MCMU has lost the will to fight in the past. Everyone thinks that MCMAU is invincible. Now, reality has proven that MCMAU is very weak, unimaginably weak. If you still don't wake up today, if you still think that MCMAU is very strong, then you will be courting death. When you die on the battlefield in the future, don't blame others for not contributing. At the end of his speech, Fong Ping roared again, "Vice-Chancellor Huang and the others have died in battle. No more funerals. When we conquer the Magic City catacombs, kill those enemies, and take revenge, we will use their heads as a sacrifice to all the heroes. I want to use the enemy's blood as a sacrifice for all the teachers and students. Everyone, can you do it? Yes. Then go and cultivate. Cultivate hard and become stronger. I won't give everyone too much time. I want to counterattack the catacombs soon. If you don't want to participate in the war, Fong Ping won't force you. You can leave MCMAU. But if you use MCMAU's resources and don't want to fight for MCMAU, then don't blame me for being ruthless." Meeting dismissed. Fong Ping roared, announcing the end of the meeting. As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping walked down the stage. Tang Feng and the others walked up to him. Not far away, Fong Yuan also wanted to come over, but seeing that Fong Ping did not look at her, she could only stop. Fong Ping did not care about her, nor did he care about the others. As he walked, he said, MCMU wants to build an energy pool. It has to be done quickly to provide for a batch of elite instructors and students to cultivate. Rank 6 martial artists gather together. I will provide you with all the resources you need to help you step into rank 7. Low-rank students all enter the mineral vein to cultivate. Middle-rank students go directly to the energy room to cultivate. No matter the cost, burn energy stones, unlimited energy supply. Also, high-ranked martial artists, let them out of closed-door cultivation. I will help them heal. Shorten the time. Tang Feng wanted to say something but stopped. Fong Ping glanced at him and said in a low voice, Do as I say. Now, everything in MCMAU is up to me. Also, sell all the pills in MCMU's inventory at a low price in exchange for some high-ranked resources. MCMU will no longer use pills to cultivate. Everyone will use energy stones to cultivate. Beside him, Chen Jinhua said in a low voice, If that's the case, I'm afraid it'll be like pulling up seedlings to help them grow. Fong Ping shook his head and said, No, because there will be a lot of big battles coming up. Once the big battles start, survival of the fittest, the weak will be eliminated. Everyone's expression changed slightly. This was Wu Quishan's policy in the past. Back then, Wu Quishan had this idea too, but many people opposed it, including Huang Jing and the others. Now, Fong Ping took a deep breath and said, There's no time. There's really no time. We can't give everyone time to grow slowly anymore. I'm afraid the few instructors don't know that the Catacombs Royal Court has already made preparations for an all-out war. Now it's already in the final period. When they've stabilized internally, the 108 passageways will be fully opened, and the big war will break out instantly. Not to mention the others, just the Sky Plant's Royal Court Sky Plant's army alone, 300,000 middle-ranked martial artists, all powerhouses who have experience fighting, 30 rank 9 commanders-in-chief. Many of them are Origin's powerhouses. When that time comes, even if the foreign domains don't participate, even if the impasse martial artists kill each other and create another battlefield, they will no longer be able to seal off Mount Imperial Sea. So, we can only take advantage of this time to make our people stronger, to give birth to more powerhouses. Has it come to this point? Chen Jinhua murmured. There were some things that people like them did not understand at all. Fong Ping did not say much. He glanced at him and said, Dean Chun Yu, Dean Su, and Dean who should achieve rank 7 as soon as possible. You're only one step away now. A few sunflowers and a petal of the heavenly golden lotus should be enough. As Fong Ping said that, he calculated for a while and said, I still have 140 sunflowers and 4 heavenly golden lotuses with 32 petals. If we can achieve mentality-vitality fusion, a petal of the heavenly golden lotus and some sunflowers should be enough for everyone to break through the 1000 Hertz barrier of mentality. If all goes well, MCMEU can produce 32 rank 7 martial artists again. Mentality-vitality fusion is not difficult. I still have a lot of divine fruit. It should be able to help everyone cross this hurdle. Fong Ping said as he walked, but everyone looked shocked. Tang Feng could not help but say, A treasure like the heavenly golden lotus. It's best if you use it yourself. I still have better treasures. Fong Ping smiled and said, There are many treasures with better effects than the heavenly golden lotus. Instructor Tang has also achieved middle stage rank 7 now, but the speed is still too slow. If you can't gather enough mentality-vitality fusion, Instructor Tang can easily achieve upper stage rank 7 by consuming a petal of the heavenly golden lotus. I'll give Instructor Tang some golden body fruits to hone his skull. This way, rank 8 won't be far away. As he said that, Fong Ping suddenly said, I still have about 2,000 caddies of life essence. The effect of life essence actually overlaps with the imperishable substance, but life essence also has its own unique features. Everyone, go and ask if there are any rank 6 martial artists who are willing to walk the path of myriad Dao unification. It's very dangerous. Survival in the face of death. and their combat strength may not be as strong as Instructor Lee's, but they can avoid the mentality shackles and quickly achieve rank 8 combat strength. 2,000 caddies, if everything goes well, is enough for 4 or 5 people to become powerhouses who have achieved myriad Dao unification. However, the risk is great, and the mortality rate is very high. When Instructor Lee forged a real golden body in rank 6, it was partly because he had experience in this area. His golden body was already very strong, and partly because he almost died. According to my original thinking, it's best not to walk this dangerous path, unless someone really forged a golden body in rank 6. But now, instructors, go and ask. I don't know if there's anyone who dares to try it. Don't persuade them. Don't use righteousness to coerce them. Tell them that the mortality rate is 99%, and it needs to be people with exceptional talent. If they're not talented enough, the mortality rate is also very high. Myriad Dao unification. At this moment, a few rank 6 martial artists beside him looked at each other. Chen Jinhua took a deep breath and said, "Why don't this old man give it a try? I've been stuck in rank 6 for many years. It's not impossible." Myriad Dao unification, cultivating vitality instead of mentality. Avoid the mentality barrier and quickly achieve rank 8 combat strength. If it was in the past, everyone might not have this opportunity, but now, if they tried it like Old Man Li did, it might be possible. Fang Ping glanced at the old man. The dean of the School of Social Sciences, Chen Jinhua, was also the oldest batch of MCMU instructors. Now, he had also entered mentality vitality unification for a period of time. Rank 7 was just around the corner. Fang Ping looked at the old man for a while, saying, "Dean, if you follow the prescribed path, you can become a rank 7 martial artist very soon. But taking this path, the mortality rate is extremely high. What I mean is to let some young people take a gamble. Because young people don't have enough experience, the accumulation of mentality is not strong enough, and they don't have much experience. Even if they have some treasures, they might not be able to become rank 7 martial artists. Dean, you guys are different. After so many years, you guys entering rank 7 is almost guaranteed." Chen Jinhua laughed. "It's because we're old that we want to try it even more. It's enough to be surpassed by you guys, but if we become rank 7, we'll soon be surpassed by a group of even younger kids. Then, won't we old things make a fool of ourselves?" As soon as he finished speaking, Su Giqing also laughed. "Fang Ping, you should think of us old people even if there are benefits. Forging a golden body in advance, taking the path of myriad Dao unification, quickly achieving rank 8 combat strength, such a good thing. You actually think of young people. What do you think of us? What do young people know? They don't even know how to control strength. Even if myriad Dao unification is achieved, it's still a waste. If it wasn't for Li Changxing's explosive strength, his myriad Dao unification might not be that strong. Thousands of caddies of life essence shouldn't be wasted like this. On the other hand, us old fellows have been immersed in rank 6 for many years. To put it bluntly, when we reach rank 7 or 8, we'll soon be able to control stronger strength. You young people are not as useful as us." Fang Ping was silent for a moment, then said, "We'll talk about it later. I was just saying, wait and see." As he said that, Fang Ping turned around and looked at Qin Yunxi, who followed him, saying, "Martial Arts Society, give me another copy of the school's teachers' and students' information." "Okay, then you go back first. Also, remember to inform me when the instructor wakes up." "Okay." Qin Yunxi did not say much and quickly walked toward the Martial Arts Society. Fang Ping waited for her to leave, then continued, "I'll go over to Instructor Gua and the others first. Also, I'll make some adjustments to the school's personnel arrangements." As he said that, Fang Ping thought for a while and said, "We can't slack off in teaching. Some of the former social sciences instructors try not to go to the battlefield again. Force the students to attend some basic courses every week. Also, change the teaching methods. Middle-rank courses must be put on the agenda. Their strength has increased, but there are often huge drawbacks. Others aside, like me, my understanding of the nature of strength was very poor. This is the difference between martial arts universities and the military. Martial arts university students actually have the potential to go further. I'm not looking down on those soldiers, but martial arts university students are indeed more talented and have better comprehension skills. They're the best of the best and can't really be used as cannon fodder. There are many twice-honed martial artists. If they can quickly understand the nature of martial arts, there may be many rank 9 martial artists in the future. Instructors, please put in more effort on this. Everyone nodded. This was also their responsibility. Fong Ping took a few steps and said again. Also, discuss with the military department and recall a batch of MCMU graduates who are willing to return to school. There's no need for too many. Just 100 or so people will be enough. Nowadays, individual combat mode is suitable for high-ranked martial artists. Middle-ranked and low-ranked martial artists are still focused on team combat. MCMEU instructors and students are not very proficient in this aspect. Even if they have theoretical knowledge, they lack practical experience. However, MCMEU senior students from the military department have experience in this aspect. In addition, too many instructors have been sacrificed recently. We need to continue to expand the instructors team. We can't let the students go to the battlefield without knowing anything. That's sending them to their deaths. Fong Ping said, then continued. Inform these people in advance that returning to MCMU will be very dangerous. MCMU will have many battles happening soon. It's more dangerous than the military department. Tang Feng said, I'll make arrangements. MCMU has been founded for 61 years. There are many graduates. There will be people who will be willing to return. Okay, everyone, please go ahead. Although we won't be holding the funerals for the teachers and students who have been sacrificed, we still need to make proper arrangements. If the families have any needs, MCMU will try its best to satisfy them. After saying that, Fong Ping did not stay any longer. He went straight to the Grandmaster Tower where the injured powerhouses were. After he left, Chun Jinhua sighed. This time, he's under a lot of pressure. Everyone, it's been 61 years since MCMU was founded. In the end, all the pressure has been thrown to a 20-year-old young man. This is also our shame. Tang Feng's expression was solemn. He said softly, we can only do our best and hope that the vice-chancellor will be fine. If the vice-chancellor can't recover, then the pressure will be even greater. At the mention of Wu Quishan, a few of them looked helpless. He was MCMU's only rank 9 powerhouse at the moment. However, his life and death were uncertain. If he really could not recover, MCMU's future would be even more difficult. All right, let's not talk about this anymore. Everyone, go ahead and get everything done as soon as possible. After discussing for a while, everyone quickly dispersed. MCMU was busy. Some teachers and students outside the university were also quickly recruited back to the university. The entire MCMU was not dispirited because of this battle. Instead, they were full of motivation and pressure. Counterattack! Fight back! Losing Magic City Catacombs was something that rarely happened in the entire war between the two worlds. Before this, Sino Nation had only lost Tianan Catacombs. That was because of the fall of Absolute Venerable. This time, with Absolute Venerable holding the fort, MCMU lost Magic City Catacombs when its combat power was at its peak. This was also something that everyone could not let go of. On this day, a large number of resources were distributed. They were free. They were not counted as debts. They were only counted as heads. However much they were consumed now, they would have to pay with the same number of heads in the upcoming counterattack. 9 Heavens, Divine Emperor. Chapter 780. On November 17th, Fong Ping returned to MCMAU. On this day, Fong Ping did not have any contact with the outside world. On this day, Fong Ping had been busy distributing resources. Out of the tens of billions of resources, he had 3 holy fruits, 2 maple fruits, the flower disc of Monster Sunflower, and by Shan Yue's rank 9 battle axe. Everything else, including the imperishable substance, had been given away. This time, it was also the first time Fong Ping had ever earned the most and spent it the fastest. Out of the 30 trillion resources, he had left himself about 4 trillion. As for the rest, He had given old Zhang and Wu Chuan 20,000 caddies of energy stones to MCMAU, including the few storage rings that he had seized. Fang Ping also had a goal to distribute. Ji Yao and the others had left him a total of 4 storage rings. Fang Ping had given them to Wu Chuan, Old Man Li, Wu Quishan, and Tai Tu. Although Wu Quishan had not regained consciousness, Fang Ping had still left a storage ring for him. Similarly, there was other news in the outside world that day. A lot of news. MCMAU losing the Magic City Catacombs was one thing. Capital City Catacombs had achieved fruitful results. Sino Nation powerhouses had gathered. This battle was a surprise attack. After a few days of fighting, they had killed 8 Capital City Catacombs rank 9 martial artists and more than 10 rank 7 and 8 martial artists. Zhang Tao's strategy could be considered successful. Capital City Catacombs had achieved great glory. Capital City had erupted in many battles. Before this, many rank 9 powerhouses had been killed. After this time, the Catacombs rank 9 in Capital City Catacombs had fallen to less than 10. The results were remarkable. Of course, the losses were not small, but there were no rank 9 deaths. In a situation where they had more people and gathered many top-notch rank 9 powerhouses, it was very difficult for rank 9 to fall. Capital City Catacombs was glorious. Magic City Catacombs was glorious too, if not counting the loss of Magic City Catacombs. Using hundreds of people's lives, including the strongest Huang Jing, to kill 6 rank 9s, this price was worth it. The 3 departments and 4 houses, including the grandmasters from the outside world, actually felt that this result was a great victory. Just when Capital City Catacombs was about to end and some grandmasters walked out of the catacombs, they realized something was different. MCMU had sealed the school. On the night of November 17th, MCMU recalled its teachers and students and chose to seal the school. They did not receive any guests. Not only that, Fang Ping teamed up with many grandmasters and directly used mentality to seal off the entire MCMU, not even letting the outside world spy on them. For a moment, it was as if MCMAU had disappeared from this land. In the underground hall, Zhang Tao could sense the commotion on MCMAU's side. He sat cross-legged on the ground, no longer paying attention to Wu Quishan, who was beside him. He looked at Old Man Li and smiled faintly. He's willing to? He was too generous. Fang Ping had obtained more than 2,000 caddies of energy liquid and 30,000 caddies of energy stones. Other than giving them 20,000 caddies, he still had more than 20,000 caddies left. MCMAU had a mineral vein to begin with. If converted into rank 9 energy stones, it would be equivalent to 10 tons and 20,000 caddies. More than 40,000 caddies of grade 9 energy stones. And now, Zhang Tao could sense it. That kid dug a vein of ore. He's crazy. Zhang Tao really thought that Fang Ping was going a little crazy. Maybe the stimulation this time was too much. He dug up the school's mineral vein. Or to put it more bluntly, he melted the mineral vein directly. Now, the entire MCMAU was enveloped in energy. That guy was burning more than 20 tons of rank 9 energy stones and releasing energy. Old Man Li said calmly. He earned it himself. If he spends it, then so be it. There's no point in keeping the mineral vein. It can't give birth anyway. More than 20 tons. Zhang Tao sighed. More than 20 tons. If it's distributed according to need, it can maximize the utilization. Right now, MCMAU still has a large number of low-rank martial artists who actually don't need to use energy stones. It's really a waste. As he said that, Zhang Tao added, some martial artists who are stuck in the stronghold, such as peak rank 3, peak rank 4, these martial artists use energy stones to impact energy, which can break the stronghold better. Old Man Li was speechless. Minister, it's useless for you to tell me. He doesn't care about this at all now. I think he wants MCMU's instructors and students to achieve middle ranks. As for resources, he doesn't care at all. More than 20 tons. Zhang Tao sighed again. It was too extravagant, too wasteful. But this matter would be useless even if he said it now. Unless he forcefully robbed that kid. But if he did this now, that kid would really fall out with him. Zhang Tao sensed for a while. At this time, from afar, someone from MCMU suddenly shouted, "Don't go too far. Did you think I didn't count? If you steal MCMU's energy again, I'll fall out with you." Old Man Li glanced at Zhang Tao, speechless. This is not appropriate, is it? Isn't this provoking him? An energy ball condensed in Zhang Tao's hand. He was also speechless. MCMU's energy overflows too much. I'm just collecting some of the overflowing energy. This is called recycling waste. What do you know? Please don't steal anymore. That's his temper. It'll be fine once he calms down. Old Man Li said, then asked, "Can Old Wu really recover?" "I don't know." "Then forget it. Let's wait." The old man did not say anything else. An imperishable mass appeared in his hand, and he swallowed it in one gulp. Zhang Tao's eyebrows twitched again. He could not help but curse in a low voice. "Aren't you afraid of bursting yourself? It's comparable to 1,000 yuan of power. You swallowed it in one gulp. It'll blow you up, you idiot." F***CK. He could not take it anymore. Not far away, MCMU was burning the mine. At the side, Li Changsheng was burning the imperishable mass. He swallowed 1,000 yuan of imperishable mass in one gulp. Even he could only condense this much imperishable mass in a year. He was a top-notch powerhouse. This thing had swallowed a year's worth of his cultivation in one gulp. Old Man Li ignored him. He swallowed the imperishable mass. His body shone with golden light. He said casually, "You can collect some of my overflowing waste. Don't waste it." F***CK off. Do you think I'm a beggar? Take it or leave it. Old Man Li curled his lips. Forget it. F***CK. Every one of you is throwing fire at me. I'm your immediate superior after all. Now you're turning the world upside down. That thing is just a vice-chancellor. Now he's giving others the title of vice-chancellor. Who gave him the authority? Old Man Li ignored this directly. He said, "I'm about to achieve golden body 7th refinement. Old Zhang, 7th refinement should be a hurdle. How can I break through it so easily? Is Old Zhang someone you can call?" Zhang Tao could not hold back his anger. He squeezed his palm. There were a few times when he wanted to strangle this thing to death. After thinking for a moment, he snorted. That kid wants to achieve golden body 7th refinement. Dream on. Why must he choose to break through to rank 9 when he's at golden body 6th refinement? It's because it's too difficult. If he wants to achieve golden body 7th refinement, it's not as simple as continuing to hone his physique. Not only is 7th refinement a hurdle, but it's also a huge hurdle. He has to temper his golden body 1,000 times, and he has to be full of vigor, energy, and spirit. Zhang Tao spoke for a while. In the end, as soon as he finished, Old Man Li's body flashed with golden light. So simple. Old Man Li rubbed his chin and thought for a while. He muttered, "You're wrong. No, you're wrong. There's no need to go through so much trouble. If there's enough imperishable matter, we'll just charge straight through. Compress and compress. We'll compress a large amount of imperishable matter into the golden body. If it doesn't explode, that's about it. I thought it would be difficult. Feelings are so simple. Don't say my vitality is rising so fast. I feel like I'm gaining hundreds of vitality every second." As Old Man Li spoke, he frowned. There's not enough energy. As soon as he finished speaking, he swallowed another imperishable matter ball. He muttered, "This will do. I can stabilize my golden body quickly." Zhang Tao rubbed his forehead. He was having a headache. What I said is the right path, all right? But they're rich. They're eating 1,000 yuan worth of imperishable matter like rice balls. What else can I say? Who else can do this other than you guys? Damn it. Do you know how much time I spent to achieve golden body 7 refinements back then? There is no imperishable matter. That's the result of hard work and hard work. Although he was cursing in his heart, Zhang Tao said calmly, "This kind of forced breakthrough to golden body 7 refinements isn't complete enough. It's not smooth enough. It lacks polishing." Old Man Li nodded. Then, he swallowed another ball of imperishable matter. He smiled. It's fine. When I achieve Golden Body 9 refinements, I'll polish it for a while. It should be the same. Zhang Tao took a deep breath. He said slowly, MCMU should counterattack the Magic City catacombs as soon as possible. After taking down the Magic City catacombs, I want to return to Capital City. He did not want to stay in this godforsaken place any longer. The people of MCMU were all black-hearted. Li Changsheng, this idiot, dared to give him a hard time and provoke him on purpose. Do you think I lack imperishable matter? What a joke. I can easily condense an imperishable matter ball when I'm in impasse. Do you believe me? Old Man Li laughed. He stopped provoking him and asked, Minister, how many refinements did you advance to Golden Body? 9 refinements. 9 refinements. Really? Old Man Li was in slight disbelief. Zhang Tao said lightly, Of course it's true. Is there a need to lie about something like this? 9 refinements. How did you do it? Talent. I don't quite believe it. Old Man Li was slightly doubtful. You can advance from 9 refinements to rank 9? Zhang Tao was not considered old. He did not stay in rank 8 for too long. In such a short time, he did not achieve myriad Dao unification like him, and he did not have the help of imperishable matter. How could he advance to Golden Body 9 refinements? Then how do I advance to Golden Body 8 refinements? Force your way through. Continue to swallow imperishable matter balls? Zhang Tao looked indifferent. How would I know? Can't I just say it? I've advanced to rank 9 from Golden Body 7 refinements. It's already amazing, do you understand? But you've advanced to Golden Body 7 refinements just by swallowing some imperishable matter. Can I say that I'm also a Golden Body 7 refinements? Zhang Tao did not continue this topic. He continued, the upper limit of a Golden Body 7 refinements can reach 120,000 calories. Compared to before Golden Body 7 refinements, one refinement can increase by 10,000 cal. At Golden Body 7 refinements, the increase is even more, doubled. Vitality Force is still the origin of human martial artists' cultivation. As for Celestiality Force and Destructive Force, they are all built on this foundation. Therefore, Vitality Force actually represents a strong foundation. When martial artists reach rank 9, they're mainly walking the path of Origin Path. Origin Path doesn't enhance the physique too much. Ordinary weak rank 9 martial artists might only have around 100,000 calories vitality. At the stage of comprehending Origin Path, the stronger ones can reach 150,000 calories vitality. The weaker ones can reach 130,000 to 40,000 calories vitality. However, at this time, the existence of Origin Path will deepen the martial artist's control of power. And Old Man Li continued, I know this. Origin Path amplifies the destructive power of power. I still don't understand. What's the upper limit of Origin Path's enhancement? Or should I say, what's the extent of the amplification? It depends on the level of comprehension of Origin Path. Zhang Tao said slowly, if you view Origin Path as a real path, this path is actually infinitely long. No one knows exactly how long it is. As for the impasse, it's actually walking to the position 1. What is 1? To put it simply, it's a vitality amplification that's doubled. When you reach the position 1, your vitality will also undergo a new transformation. Your vitality strength is usually enough to reach more than 200,000 calories. If the amplification is doubled, that is to say, you can have an outburst of at least 400,000 vitality. Zhang Tao laughed. Not only that, there's another point. When you reach the position 1, it's like the difference between upper stage rank 3 and those below upper stage rank 3. The vitality intensity is also different. For paragons, the weakest paragons can have an outburst of 400,000 calories vitality, while those below paragons need to double. This is a problem of multiplying. To put it more directly, those below paragons need to have a vitality of 800,000 calories destructive power to be comparable to paragons. However, the upper limit of a normal rank 9 powerhouse's vitality is 150,000 calories. Even if the Origin Path reaches the end, it's not even a doubling of the amplification. There is no transformation. At this time, An outburst of 300,000 calories vitality is the maximum. Tell me, with such a huge gap, how can one be a Paragon's opponent? At this level, if the gap is more than double, the result will be an instant kill. That's why when you've reached an impasse, once you make a move, even a top rank 9 will die. There are no exceptions. Li Zhu and the others were able to escape from Li Jin back then, including Nan Yunyue, because they had just entered the Paragons and had not undergone any transformation. That's why they had a chance. If they were given a little more time to master their strength and complete their body's transformation, they would definitely die. Reach the position 1. Old Manly pondered and said, if that's the case, it's actually possible to continue walking. Walking all the way, right? Not necessarily. Zhang Tao laughed. For some people, when they reach the position 1, they've actually reached the end. They can no longer walk any further. The path is cut off. For some people, they might walk a little further, but their path will still be cut off. At this time, some people open up another path and start opening up a second path, continuing to walk. When the second path is opened up, the superposition and amplification of strength is actually not as good as the first path. In other words, if you walk both paths to the position 1, you're not as good as a powerhouse who walks one path to the position 2. Walking more paths doesn't necessarily mean you're strong. If a person walks 2 paths and both paths stop at the position 1, then the amplification of his strength might be 1.5 times. I'm talking about the weakest Paragons with a vitality outburst of 500,000 calories. For the same person, if they also walk 2 paths and both paths are slightly further than the position 1, then they'll be slightly stronger. All in all, the strength of the Paragons can't actually be judged by the number of paths, but by the length of the path. Old Manly understood and quickly asked, how far has the minister walked? Me? Zhang Tao smiled faintly. Do you want to guess? Let me guess. If you reach 1,000,000 cal vitality, will you be able to defeat me? Old Manly rubbed his chin. My 1,000,000 cal vitality is different from the average person. If I really cultivate to 1,000,000 cal vitality, my destructive power is actually equivalent to the Paragons, and I don't need to amplify it. In other words, my 1,000,000 cal is also comparable to the 2,000,000 calories non-Paragons, equivalent to the Paragons. Old Manly smiled again. Even if I don't have the origin path amplification, and your foundation is higher than others, it'll still be difficult to reach 1,000,000 cal destructive power, right? We'll talk about it when you reach that stage. Zhang Tao looked indifferent. Old Manly cursed in his heart, then smiled and said, Minister, let's not talk about your side. Who's the weakest Paragons in Sino Nation? How strong is their vitality, and how far they've gone? Well, Zhang Tao pondered for a moment, then coughed softly. It's hard to say, and I can't say it blindly. But it's probably the weakest standard I'm talking about, understand? Old Manly chuckled. Understood. 200,000 calories as a foundation, doubled amplification, and then doubled at the Paragons. That's equivalent to the destructive power of 800,000 calories vitality. If that's the case, if my vitality reaches 400,000 calories, I can contend with the Paragons. And this is under the condition that I haven't walked out of the origin path. Once I walk out of the origin path and go a little further, maybe I can easily contend with the weakest Paragons. After saying that, Old Manly smiled and said, in other words, if my vitality increases by 20,000 calories to reach 140,000 calories at Golden Body 8 refinements, I'll actually be the highest rank 9. I can achieve 280,000 calories vitality damage, and the highest rank 9 has a vitality base of 150,000 calories. With the amplification of the origin path, let's say it's close to doubled 300,000 calories vitality outburst. After Old Manly calculated this, he murmured, once I achieve Golden Body 9 refinements, then I'll be the strongest rank 9, invincible below the Paragons. Then I'll cross rank 9 and become an origin path powerhouse. Then I'll be the real desperation realm. Old Man Lee suddenly felt a little excited. When I reach rank 9, maybe I can slash the Paragons. Of course, he probably needed to travel a distance on the origin path, but he felt that it was not too difficult. Then, when I reach the real Paragons, won't I be comparable to a 2-path powerhouse? The more Old Manly thought about it, the more excited he became. He still had to live. He had to live a little longer. Once he reached the desperation realm, then he would be among the top ones. When that time came, it would be completely different from now. Zhang Tao saw that he had entered the cultivation state again and felt a little helpless. If Li Changsheng really reached the paragons, he might really have the ability comparable to a two-path powerhouse. However, there are also differences in strength between the two paths. When you reach the paragons, you'll only be comparable to the Maple King. Zhang Tao muttered in his heart and looked at Wu Quishan, who was still sleeping. What about you? How far can you go? Wu Quishan's origin path had already reached the 0-3 position. After this time, how far can he go? A fallen true king's path, even if it's a little weak, is enough for you to extend your own path for a long time. It all depends on your luck. Zhang Tao thought about this and fell into deep thought. At the same time, McMao, Fong Ping cursed the energy thief and began to consume the maple fruit. This time, he planned to consume all these treasures that increased his mentality during the system upgrade period. Although he could not use the system to hone his golden body with imperishable substances, there was no limit to increasing his mentality. When his mentality increased and the system upgrade was completed, he could hone his golden body more easily. Before the system upgrade, Fong Ping's mentality was almost 4,100 hertz. This time, he did not know how effective the maple fruit and other things would be. However, the value of a maple fruit was higher than an entire heavenly golden lotus. Fong Ping felt that the effect would not be too bad. It's best if my mentality can reach 10,000 hertz. Fong Ping set a standard for himself. If it reached 10,000 hertz, no, 9,000 hertz, he should be able to achieve the 9th refinement of the golden body. Mentality was a stepping stone, a threshold. If one's mentality was not enough, there would be an upper limit to the golden body. The wooden bucket theory had always existed for martial artists. Without further thought, Fong Ping did not consume the maple fruit. Instead, he materialized the Sanjiao gate and condensed the brain core. He threw the maple fruit onto the brain core and began to crush it slowly to hone the brain core. A huge amount of mysterious energy gushed out from the maple fruit and began to hone the brain core, making it stronger. The effect is not bad. Fong Ping watched as the brain core was honed and strengthened, becoming more and more radiant. He was satisfied. As expected of a catacombs treasure that was worth 800 caddies of life essence, the effect was extremely strong. I hope there will be new functions in the system upgrade this time. It would be best if it could help me reach the paragon in one step. Fong Ping honed the brain core while looking forward to the new functions of the system upgrade. Chapter 781. While Fong Ping was in closed-door cultivation, the catacombs, in the king's battlefield. At this moment, there were many true king realm powerhouses gathered outside the king battlefield. In the void, cracks appeared one after another. Streams of aura that pierced through the heavens and earth rose. Even though they weren't targeting anyone, some of the experts present still felt an incomparable pressure. The true king realm experts stood proudly in the air, while those who were not true king realm experts looked up from the ground. After a long time, the Maple Sovereign said in an icy voice, "Huayu Jiyao, how did extermination die?" Huayu lowered his head, not daring to meet the true monarch's eyes. He said, reporting to the Maple Monarch, "Feng Miesheng has already been killed in Sky Plant City." Nonsense. The Maple King was furious. "Huayu, you dare to deceive a true king. Your crimes cannot be pardoned." King Feng's voice was extremely cold. Jiyao bowed and said, "Lord King Feng, Feng Miesheng really did perish in Skyplant City a long time ago. After that, the Feng Miesheng was always Fong Ping in disguise." "Jiyao," King Feng said coldly, "as you said, extermination was killed right in front of true monarch Tianyu, and even this king's avatar didn't notice it. Is that so?" Jiyao remained silent. This was the truth. However, most of the time, some people couldn't recognize the truth or were unwilling to recognize the truth. The Maple King believed that he was invincible. His clones were also extremely powerful. No matter how weak Feng Yesheng was, he should not have been killed by Feng Ping without even using his clones. Moreover, Feng extermination had always been under protection. Outside the palace, Lu Wushan was there to protect him, but inside the palace, it was the true king's territory. Under such circumstances, how could he be easily killed by Feng Ping while carrying a true king's avatar? The Maple King wasn't willing to accept this fact. In the air, the Fate Monarch didn't show himself. However, his voice was heard, and he said indifferently, "Maple King, Yaoer won't lie, especially this kind of meaningless lie. Feng Miesheng was killed a long time ago. There is no need for King Feng to brood over it." King Feng's eyes were cold and harsh as he looked into the distance. He said coldly, "My grandson has fallen, and only Ji Yao and Hua Yu are alive. None of the people from the land of rebirth had died. Fate King, tell me, should I ask clearly or not?" Several true king descendants with true king avatars and even life king avatars were present, yet they were unable to destroy the revived martial artist. Do you really think that this prince is so easy to bully? Qing had fallen in the battlefield of kings, and so had extermination. Both times, Jiao had been there. Twice, Jiao was fine. Fate King, good plan. Fate King was still indifferent as he said calmly, "This is fate." There is no need for the Maple King to vent his anger on others. Whether it was a scheme or not, the Maple King is not worthy for this king to scheme against two juniors. You have lost your status for no reason. After Fate King finished speaking, he tossed the topic aside and swept Ji Yao away. Just as he was about to make a move, the Maple King suddenly snorted coldly, and the void exploded. "Leave? Do you really think that this prince is easy to bully? If you don't explain yourself, where are you going?" The Maple Monarch's aura burst forth, causing the void to tremble. His expression was incomparably cold as he shouted, "If you don't give this monarch an explanation today, no one can think of leaving. Fate King, do you really think that this king is afraid of you?" Feng Ji. At this moment, an illusory figure appeared in the air. Fate King's gaze was sharp as he coldly said, "What are you going to do?" The Heaven Plant's royal court is filled with endless internal strife, plotting against each other. I haven't even questioned you about Xian Yu's death, yet you want to start a royal court battle? Someone like you dares to question this prince? The Maple King was also on the verge of a showdown. His aura burst to the extreme. He was furious. Feng Miesheng's death was not enough to make him lose his composure. If it was just the death of a descendant, he might be angry, but he would not turn against the Fate King now. However, Feng Miesheng was dead, and Feng Qing was dead. Many of his plans had fallen through. The two descendants of the Feng family, who were most likely to inherit the throne, were both dead. Just as Li Zhu had guessed, these true kings wanted their descendants to fight for the throne, not only for the position, but also for the path of the true king and the path of the people. If their descendants became true kings, even if they could not become true kings, these true kings could still take a peek and explore a new path of the true king. If they could find a new path, the strength of these true kings would increase exponentially. The Great War was coming, and there would definitely be true kings falling. None of them were stupid. There were dozens of true kings in the land of rebirth, including top true kings like the subduing Heavenly King, King Wu, Hades King, and the others were not easy to deal with. If they fought to the death, the true kings would definitely fall. None of them wanted to die. The true king powerhouses who usually dominated a region had started to form cliques. This was so that they could look out for each other during the Great War, so that they would not fall. The Maple King's faction could rope in some true kings because of his strength. He needed to be even stronger, but now it was destroyed. Feng Miesheng's death was not a simple death of a descendant. It was the failure of his many years of planning. Back then, he wanted Feng Jiuqing to fight for the throne, but Feng Jiuqing lost to Li Zhu. Li Zhu also had the support of many true kings, and he failed that time. This time, Li Zhu could no longer sit on the throne, and the Feng family's hope was greatly boosted. Those true kings who supported Li Zhu were not qualified to support another king. It was his turn, but now, the more Feng King thought about it, the angrier he got. Although the Feng family still had some descendants, they might not be qualified. Moreover, Feng Qing and Feng Miexing, two crown princes, were killed. If he supported a third person, what would the other true kings think? In the void, cracks appeared around Feng King and Life King. At that moment, someone said slowly, "Please calm down. Now that things have come to this, do you really want the two royal courts to go to war?" After this person said that, someone else said coldly, "I don't care. I just want to know why the royal court's battlefield exploded, why the 10,000 demon royal court's monster clan was wiped out, and there were several true kings' descendants. No matter what, the two royal courts must give us an explanation. Otherwise, the 10,000 demon royal court will not let this go." Although this person had the appearance of a human, he was actually a true monarch realm great demon. As he spoke, this red-haired great demon suddenly looked at a towering demon plant at the side and shouted, "The demon race can have internal strife, but the two royal courts will not be allowed to scheme against each other. How dare you implicate the monster clan? You are courting death. Hunter Flowers, what is the rebel demon clan trying to do?" The towering demon plant shook its body and transformed. Very soon, a woman whose beauty was somewhat unreal appeared in the void and said coldly, "Crimson Leopard, if you dare speak of the defying demon clan again, don't blame this king for killing you. How dare you?" The Maple Monarch and the Fate Monarch had yet to start fighting. In the next moment, the true king demon beast, named Red Leopard, suddenly transformed into a 100-meter-tall fiery red leopard. It roared, "You traitors have long lost the heart of the monster clan. You all deserve to die. You all deserve to die for killing the monster clan of the 10,000 demon royal court." Roar! Red Leopard roared into the sky. In the void, many huge figures of the monster clan appeared. "Kill! Kill them! Fight!" The greater demons of the demon race were in a frenzy. In the distance, auras rose one after another as demons rushed over. The Fate Monarch and the other true kings looked at each other and felt a splitting headache. This was the 10,000 demon royal court. This group of monster clan was not as easy to talk to as the monster clan that guarded the royal court. They would start a fight if they did not agree with each other. Killing was the norm in the 10,000 demon royal court. They always fought among themselves, and it was normal for the true king's descendants to die. But now that the monster clan of the 10,000 demon royal court had fallen, these monster clan quickly united against the outsiders. Red Leopard. Fate Monarch had no choice but to speak. He said slowly, "Listen to me. The explosion of the 10,000 demon royal court was an accident, but it was inevitable. I have already detected some abnormalities. We will discuss this later. The two royal courts will give you an explanation about the 10,000 demon royal court." Red Leopard snorted coldly, but it still glanced at Fate Monarch with fear. This true King Hall Master of the Heaven Fate Royal Court was extremely powerful. If they really fought, it was not his match. But the two royal courts caused a ruckus and caused the monster clan of the 10,000 demon royal court to die. This was something they could not tolerate. Red Leopard snorted coldly and roared, "I will wait for an explanation about the 10,000 demon royal court. Also, if you dare to hunt the monster clan and make divine weapons again, don't blame us for being merciless. Xianlong, Tianyu, these traitors. If there are any more casualties among the monster clan, the monster kings will not show any mercy and will destroy all of you." As soon as he said that, many martial artists in the field suddenly spat out blood and their faces turned pale. In the crowd, Ji Yao's face was also pale. Her Sanjiao Gate appeared, and a 9th-grade divine weapon exploded. All the martial artists who carried divine weapons suffered the same fate. Red Leopard snorted coldly again. Its huge eyes glanced at the female demon plant and said in a crazy tone, "If there is a next time, kill." After saying that, the huge red leopard stepped into the air and disappeared on the spot. Everyone's expression did not look good, but no one said anything. The The divine weapons that everyone used were almost all from the 10,000 Demon Royal Court's Monster Clan. Usually, these Monster Clan members would not say anything if they knew. But now, these Monster Clan members used this as a pretext to make a fuss and were extremely crazy. No one could say anything. After all, many innocent Monster Clan members died on the king's battlefield. If they continued to be entangled, it would be very troublesome if they really angered these fellows. The 10,000 Demon Royal Court's great demons left. The demon plant incarnation of the Guardian Royal Court looked at Phoenix Sparrow and said slowly, "The Guardian Royal Court has always been neutral and has an agreement with the two royal courts. This time, the two royal courts have to give us an explanation." Tian Yu, Xian Long, the two true kings, quickly returned to the royal court to meet the Monster Lord. The Monster Lord is already dissatisfied. If this happens again, the Monster Lord will recall all the Monster Clan members and will no longer participate in the matter between the two royal courts. Having said that, the lady leaped into the air and disappeared without a trace. The Monster Clan great demons exploded and left, suppressing the tense atmosphere just now. Maple King was no longer angry. He retracted his aura and looked at Fate King. He said slowly, since Ji Yao said that it was Fong Ping who caused trouble and Fong Ping massacred everyone, it is a heinous crime. Does the Destiny Royal Court have any countermeasures? Fate King said lightly, Fong Ping has returned to the land of rebirth. The 7 southern regions and those related to Fong Ping have already left the Outland. What can they do? Kill. Maple King said coldly. The Destiny Royal Court has ordered the Outland powerhouses to kill the resurrected martial artists. Hand over Fong Ping, or blood will flow like a river. Even if we can't kill Fong Ping, we will make sure that he has no place in the land of rebirth. Fate King glanced at him and said lightly, Massacre? If we really massacre, the Martial King and the others will definitely not ignore it. They will no longer ignore the rule that true kings do not enter the Outland. Kill all the resurrected martial artists. The true king resurrected massacred the divine land and left us all behind. Is this what Maple King wants to see? Maple King frowned. Massacre would only be carried out as a last resort. If they really massacred the resurrected martial artists, those true king resurrected would no longer abide by the rules. Once they turned out in full force and massacred everyone in the divine land, no one could stop them except for the true king powerhouses. When that time came, these true king resurrected would have no worries. Once they entered the divine land, even if they won in the end, only a few true kings would survive. Maple King was furious, but he knew that Fate King was right. He suppressed his anger and said, Then hold the Martial King and the others back. Let the 7 southern regions' powerhouses invade the land of rebirth. We will not stop until we kill Fong Ping. Fate King said lightly, We'll discuss this later. Maple King's eyes were cold. Was the Destiny Royal Court not willing to contribute anymore? Maple King did not look at Fate King anymore. He looked at the Tiger King, who had been silent all this while, and said lightly, What do you mean, Tiger King? Fong Ping killed the Tiger King's descendant. Is Tiger King gonna let it go? Tiger King glanced at Fate King, then at Ji Yao. After a long while, he said slowly, I will settle the matter of killing Fong Ping in the outer region without jurisdiction when the rebirth passageway is opened. As he said that, Tiger King said lightly, Maple King, if you really want to, why don't you hold the suppressing Heavenly King back while we fight our way into the land of rebirth and settle this once and for all? Maple King sneered and said playfully, I am no match for the suppressing Heavenly King. If a war breaks out now, I'm afraid it doesn't match Fate King's intention. Ji Yao becomes the Lord of Kings. One sect with 3 true kings. If Fate King enters the land of kings again, he might be able to open up 3 paths, or even 4 or 5. When that time comes, do we still need to hold the suppressing Heavenly King back? Fate King ignored him directly. He took a look at the land of kings and said after a long while, Maple King, why do you have to fight with words? The matters of the land of kings are not done by me alone. After so many years, everyone knows what the other kings are thinking. After Fake King said that, his expression turned solemn. He said slowly, "It's time for the 100 Kings Conference to be restarted." As soon as he said that, all the true kings present were slightly stunned. The 100 Kings Conference was a conference for the catacombs' human true kings to discuss important matters. The true kings of the True King Palace of the two great courts would all participate. Beside him, Huai King said, "Fake King, do you really want to reopen the 100 Kings Conference? The matter of the land of rebirth is not urgent. The internal strife is unfair, and the war is imminent. How do we destroy the land of rebirth?" Fake King said lightly, "Once we fight the martial artists who have been resurrected, some people who have been dead for many years suddenly appear. Wouldn't that be confusing? Since they're dead, let them continue to die. Why show themselves now? The 100 Kings Conference should be restarted." As soon as he said that, someone said in a low voice, "Life King, are you thinking of?" Fake King smiled. "There's no harm in trying." Everyone was speechless. After a long while, someone said, "Then let's reopen the 100 Kings Conference. It's a good opportunity for some people to show themselves and discuss the matter of the land of rebirth. The land of rebirth is constantly moving. I'm afraid they won't just sit and wait for death. That's for sure. The passageway will be fully open soon. The land of rebirth won't wait for death. However, no matter how much movement there is, it's just a last-ditch struggle." Everyone discussed for a while. Maple King said coldly, "The matter of the King Battleground needs to be discussed. The 100 Kings Conference can be reopened. However, there are a few people in the land of rebirth that must be killed. Zhang Weiyu, Li Changsheng, Fang Ping, Wang Jinyang." Maple King listed some names and said slowly, "I'm afraid everyone doesn't want the land of rebirth to have a few more true kings, right?" Everyone discussed among themselves. Soon someone said, "Then let the people from the Outlands pay more attention. Once a few of them appear, kill them with all your might. The Outlands that are connected to Sino Nation are mostly the territories of the Heavenly Plant Kings. If a few of them are discovered, the Heavenly Mandate bloodline will do its best to assist." Everyone discussed for a while and roughly confirmed these. As for Ji Yao and Huayu, both of them still stood on the ground, not saying a word. They lowered their heads and kept a low profile. At this time, both of them did not want to say anything. This time, the Rank 7 region was almost completely wiped out. Only the two of them were left. Although both of them had powerful backgrounds, if these true kings really wanted to find trouble, it would be difficult for them to pass. Although they pushed everything to Fang Ping, it was hard to say if everyone would believe them. While the true kings were still discussing, Ji Yao was a little distracted. When she returned to the kingdom this time, she should be the only crown prince, right? Once her father abdicated, she should be able to become the new lord. However, this time, King Hunter Mountain and Tiger King might be hostile toward each other. Only when I become stronger can I ignore these true kings. Although the king ancestor is strong, the king ancestor won't appear every time to save me. Ji Yao thought about many things. Perhaps she could borrow the hand of the land of rebirth to trap and kill those true kings who were hostile toward her. However, Fang Ping was also a huge problem. If there's a chance, I must kill Fang Ping. It's best if he dies together with these people who are hostile toward me. Ji Yao thought about many things. She caressed the phoenix sparrow lightly. Perhaps she should also interact more with the Guardian Kingdom and let the phoenix sparrow have more power in the Guardian Kingdom. Beside her, Huayu glanced at her, but did not say anything. His mind was also full of thoughts. Most of his competitors were dead, but people like the Lord and Maple King. The powerhouses of the catacombs were still discussing, but Fang Ping could not care less about the catacombs. He would not go to the catacombs in the near future, and he would not go to the restricted area either. Unless the other party attacked, he did not need to care. In the cultivation room, Fang Ping's brain core was shining brighter. 2 maple fruits increased the upper limit of my mentality. It should be around kilohertz, right? Fang Ping estimated, but he was not too sure. He honed his brain core only to increase the upper limit. If he had the system, he could naturally see it clearly at a glance. or if he could recover all his mentality, he could also judge the strength of his mentality. However, now that the system was upgraded, he could only rely on himself to recover his mentality. Right now, his mentality was still increasing slowly, and he did not know what the upper limit was. Only now did Fong Ping understand how troublesome it was to recover mentality. It was very slow, increasing bit by bit, growing bit by bit, and not being able to replenish it in one go. Fong Ping rarely had such an experience. However, this way, Fong Ping could feel it more clearly. Mentality probably hasn't reached 5,000 hertz, so there's no qualitative transformation. It might be at a barrier like 4,999 hertz. Fong Ping made a rough judgment and looked at the big flower in his hand. He had stared at this big sunflower for a long time. Previously, he had stared at the sunflower. Later, the sunflower had no effect on him, so Fong Ping stared at its flower. The big flower should be estimated by the system to be 300 billion, more expensive than the maple fruit. Fong Ping felt that the effect should not be too bad. After swallowing the big flower, my mentality should be able to break through 5,000 hertz. Fong Ping thought of this and looked at the 3 holy fruits. How much could these 3 holy fruits increase his mentality? The holy fruits are worth 5 times the maple fruit. 1 maple fruit almost increased my mentality by 500 hertz. Based on this, that's 2,500 hertz. Fong Ping knew that this was almost impossible. The higher the mentality, the harder it was to increase. Not to mention the existence of checkpoints. Taking 1 or 2 of the 3 holy fruits was fine, but the third one's effect would definitely be weakened. I'll wait for the system to recover before I consume the holy fruits. I'll take it according to the situation. I can't waste the holy fruits. I can eat the flower now, though. Fong Ping said he would eat it, but he still did not. He crushed the flower and began honing his brain core. Kacha! His brain core showed signs of cracking and began to swell. Fong Ping was not shocked, but delighted. This was a sign of metamorphosis. It seemed that he had really broken through the barrier and reached a new level. The power of the flower was still honing his brain core, making it even more dazzling. Time passed slowly. Fong Ping continued honing. He could clearly feel the improvement. 1 day, 2 days, this time the system did not complete the upgrade in 2 days. Fong Ping was not surprised. The last upgrade took a few days. This time it might take even longer. November 20th. The 4th day after Fong Ping's return. The war in the catacombs had begun to stop. Other than sporadic battles, the large-scale battle had finally ended. MCMU was still in lockdown. In these 4 days, no one from MCMAU left the campus. Some people near MCMAU, including some schools, could clearly feel the constant energy fluctuations in MCMAU. Although MCMU's grandmasters had joined forces to lock down the school, they could still feel some movement. East Sino Nation Normal University, a martial arts university that was relatively close to MCMAU. A few grandmasters from Magic City chatted while looking at MCMAU. Has anyone broken through? Among the crowd, an old man looked toward the sky above MCMAU. There seemed to be mentality fluctuations. It's not a rank 7 breakthrough. At this time, some people could already see something. A huge golden shadow appeared in the sky above MCMAU. Li Han Song. He has advanced to rank 8. That's too fast. Everyone had already recognized the huge golden shadow. It was Li Han Song. Condensing the golden body and the appearance of the golden shadow was also a sign of rank 8. Fong Ping did not have this because many grandmasters had joined forces to seal the golden body's energy leakage. Soon someone said, "That's normal. His skull has been honed long ago. Once his mentality reaches 3,000 hertz, he will be like Fong Ping, directly advancing to rank 8. But this is too fast. His mental strength has increased so quickly. What kind of treasure did he obtain?" I think so. I heard that Fong Ping brought back a lot of good stuff this time. At this point, someone shook his head and said, "I heard that Fong Ping was furious this time. MCMU was almost destroyed in Magic City's catacombs. Vice-Chancellor Wu has not shown up yet. I'm afraid the situation is not good. What do you guys think?" Yu's vice-chancellor frowned slightly and said, "It's hard to say. Overall, the Catacombs battle this time was a great victory. Capital City's threat has been quelled. Although Magic City has been lost, we still killed many rank 9s. It's also a great victory. As for Wu Quishan and the rest, they almost died, but they did not. Humans gamble with their lives. If they did not die, they won the gamble. We can accept it. I'm sure Wu Quishan and the rest can too. But Fong Ping is young. He may not understand. The war with the Catacombs has always been a gamble. We only look at the results, not the process." After a while, Yu's vice-chancellor suddenly shook his head and said, "Forget it. At the end of the day, we are still weak. We can't make a decisive decision. Everyone, let's not talk about this. Let's talk about what kind of changes MCMAU will have after the school reopens this time. Changes? There's an additional rank 8 now. I sensed a few changes in mentality earlier. Someone might have broken through to rank 7. This time, MCMAU might have 20 high-rank people." Everyone sighed. It had not been long. Just last year, MCMU only had 3 grandmasters. In the blink of an eye, there would be 20. The outside world was discussing. In MCMAU, Li Hansong's breakthrough had caused quite a commotion. At this moment, Fong Ping felt it too. However, Fong Ping did not have time to care about Li Hansong. In more than 3 days, the system upgrade was completed. It's finally completed. Fong Ping was overjoyed. After the system upgrade this time, another upgrade would increase his wealth by at least 100 trillion. This time, he almost blew up Sky Plant City and only got less than 30 trillion in wealth. If he wanted to get 100 trillion, unless he really dug up those mineral veins in Imperial City or took over Sky Elm's Lake of Life. The next upgrade was still far away. This time, if the new functions added by the system were mediocre or did not add anything at all, then Fong Ping would cry. It better be related to the Origin Dao. Fong Ping looked forward to it for a while and looked at the upgraded system panel. Chapter 782. Wealth 1. 32 billion points vitality. 70,600 calories, 70,600 calories mentality. For 1,010 Hz, 5,399 Hz. Destructive power. 35 yuan, storage space. 10,000 cubic meters, plus, energy shield. 1 point/minute, plus, aura simulation. 10 points/minute plus. Origin detailed analysis. 10-100 million points/time. It really has something to do with Origin Dao. When he saw the changes in the system panel, Fong Ping murmured. The bone honing was completed, and it was no longer displayed. Fong Ping could roughly guess the last line of Origin detailed analysis in an instant. Is it analyzing Origin Dao? Watching a short movie mode? Fong Ping quickly thought of a rough way to use it. Just like how Wu Quishan watched the Rose City Lord's Origin Dao back then, the system might be watching other people's martial arts path. 10 million to 100 million points. Is this a robbery? Fong Ping could not help but curse. What kind of joke was this? This was 100 billion and 1 trillion wealth. Would it cost so much money to watch Origin Dao once? The key was that it was divided into times. How long was one time? Was it the kind that did not charge money for not learning it? Or did he pay the tuition fee? Whether he learned it or not, there would be no refund. With the system's nature, the probability of a refund was almost non-existent. Origin Dao was not something that could be learned just by watching it once. If I'm a little stupid, I won't be able to learn it even after watching it hundreds of times. Won't I go bankrupt? As for the different consumption, Fong Ping knew why. The difference in strength and the length of the path they took were definitely different. This was definitely different. Also, where did the Origin Dao that I watch come from? Does the system exist on its own, or does it need someone else to provide it? At this moment, Fong Ping suddenly had some doubts. If he wanted to learn Origin Dao, was it provided by the system, or did he need a powerhouse of corresponding strength to observe it? I really want to try it, but I can't bear to. The key is that I tried it. If someone had to voluntarily provide me with Origin Dao to observe, only an idiot would do that. Powerhouses value their Origin Dao very much. Who would leak it? Not necessarily. Maybe I can take the initiative to peep. Countless thoughts flashed in Fong Ping's mind. As for the improvement of mentality, he had a rough idea. He had not consumed the 3 holy fruits yet, so he was not in a hurry. The last time the system upgraded, it provided me with rank 8 imperishable substances. This time, it was a rank 9's Tao of Origin. If the system were to be upgraded again, what else would it provide? Is it related to the summit? Or something related to the monarch realm? Or has he already reached the top? Fong Ping fell into deep thought. The system had already shown him the paths from rank 1 to rank 9. From bone honing in the 3 lower ranks, to simulated aura and cooperative cultivation in the 3 middle ranks, to celestiality at rank 7, destructive force at rank 8, origin Tao at rank 9. It could be said that every time the system upgraded, it provided Fong Ping with a higher level source of power. But what about next time? After he reached rank 9, even if he was at the pinnacle, he was still a rank 9 and walking the path of origin. What else could he offer next? What exactly is a system? Why can he even comprehend the origin Tao? This is something that can't be done even in a desperate situation. Or can the legendary emperor do it? Most of the time, Fong Ping did not want to think about these things. But at this moment, Fong Ping still felt a strong sense of interest and doubt. What kind of existence was this? Analysis of the origin Tao. I wonder if I need to provide a sample. If I don't need it, then it's much simpler. I can just observe it directly. If I need it, then I'll have to find a rank 9 path of origin powerhouse. Fong Ping found it hard to judge. After thinking about it, he decided that he should not waste his wealth points to probe. He was not in a hurry about the path of origin. Instead, the honing of the golden body and the enhancement of mentality were pressing. The starting point is 10 million points each time. It might be related to strength. Maybe watching the path of the summit will consume 100 million points. They might not even let me see the path of the summit. Fong Ping had some guesses in his heart. 100 million points might not be the path of the summit. It might only be the path below the summit. This is good too. When I reach rank 9, I'm not in a hurry anymore. No, maybe I can try to comprehend the path of origin now. Fong Ping was still not too sure how a rank 8 could advance to rank 9. Rank 8 and rank 9, other than the difference in the path, he did not really understand what other differences there were. These he could ask Old Man Li and the rest later. Guo Shengquan and the rest could not enter rank 9. That was because their golden body was not strong enough, not because of the path of origin. Once the golden body was strong enough and the path of origin was comprehended, what difference would there be between a rank 8 and a rank 9? Or could it be that rank 8 comprehending the path of origin might not have an amplified effect? I can only see it but not use it. Fong Ping made a judgment in his heart. Then he did not care about this anymore. He did not care about Li Hansong, who was breaking through outside. Iron Head was the first to advance to rank 8. He was not surprised at all. If he did not consume a lot of treasures to enhance his mentality and only relied on the system to cultivate, he would not be as fast as Iron Head. That guy was born with a golden brain. This was something Fong Ping could not compare to. The system has recovered. I can cultivate my golden body now. I can also consume the holy fruit. 3 holy fruits appeared in Fong Ping's hand. He was slightly excited. How much could 3 holy fruits help him to improve? The brain nucleus appeared again. Fong Ping took out a holy fruit and took a deep breath. His mentality had already reached more than 5,000 hertz. The effect of the improvement now would not be as great as before. The maple fruit was around 4,000 hertz for him. It could be improved by close to 500 hertz. The big flower plate, which had a better effect, could only increase his mentality by about 400 hertz when faced with a barrier like 4,999 hertz. Although the holy fruit was stronger than all these, it was hard to say how much it could increase his mentality. I'll know after I try. In the next moment, Fong Ping crushed the holy fruit. As soon as the holy fruit was crushed, an extremely dense energy gushed out and began to rush into the brain nucleus. Sizzling sounds could be heard continuously. Fong Ping felt his head swell slightly. It felt a little overwhelming. On the system panel, the upper limit of his mentality was also increasing. 5,400 hertz, 5,500 hertz, 5,600 hertz. the improvement speed was extremely fast. From 5,399 Hz to 5,999 Hz in the blink of an eye. At this moment, Fong Ping felt the barrier. The energy was still gushing in, but the brain nucleus did not move. It only became more and more dazzling. Break! Fong Ping cursed in his heart. One holy fruit was worth 1,000,000,000,000. Could it not even break through a barrier like 6,000 Hz? Tian Yu was a monster plant true king. It should not be this useless, right? Kacha, a faint cracking sound was heard again. More and more energy was gushing in from the holy fruit, but it soon began to weaken. The energy was almost exhausted. At this moment, Fong Ping's brain nucleus shook slightly. The crystal shards on the surface began to fall off. It's broken. Fong Ping breathed a sigh of relief. If one holy fruit could not even break through the 6,000 Hz barrier, then he could not expect to improve much this time. Once the barrier was broken, Fong Ping hurriedly continued to observe the changes in the data. 6,100 Hz, 6,200 Hz. At 6,200 Hz, the speed slowed down. The holy fruit's energy was also exhausted. Not bad. Fong Ping was still satisfied. Not only did he break through the barrier, but he also increased his mentality limit by about 800 Hz. This was already beyond his expectations. In that case, if I consume the second one, there's still hope to complete the breakthrough and break through 7,000 Hz. Even if the second one isn't enough, the third one should be enough. Fong Ping estimated that reaching 7,000 Hz and above should not be difficult, but it's still very troublesome. In that case, I can only complete the 7th refinement of Golden Body and enter the 8th refinement? Fong Ping frowned slightly. Then, he shook his head. Forget it. He would forge as many as he could. If I can achieve 7th refinement, my vitality will be more than 100,000 calories. I'll use destructive force to fight again. When that time comes, I'll also possess the combat strength of a real weak rank 9. Although it's not as good as Origin Dao powerhouses are not everywhere. I'm still not as good as Old Man Li, but Old Man Li still has his limits. I don't have to envy him. Fong Ping was actually quite envious of Myriad Dao unification. He did not have to suffer too many mentality shackles. However, Fong Ping felt that this might not be a good thing. Maybe it will be different. At least my mentality and physique will improve together. I have more tricks up my sleeves. I don't have to envy Old Man Li. If I continue to develop in a balanced manner, I will definitely become stronger. Fong Ping comforted himself for a while. Myriad Dao unification must have a flaw. It was reflected now. If he had Old Man Li's ability, he could fight more than 10 rank 9s. Even if he could not beat them, he could still cover them. Old Man Li can't even cover me. Killing a rank 9 is as difficult as hell. He still has to be careful of others running away at any time. How can he compare to me? Now that my mentality has improved so much, I can continue to strengthen the Golden House. Maybe I shouldn't just strengthen the Golden House. I should expand the entire materialization. When that time comes, I can really turn it into a city and smash it directly. Fong Ping remembered his dream when he first entered rank 7. At that time, he wanted to materialize the earth and smash people. However, in the later stages, he gradually neglected this point. Or rather, he could not do it. Today, he was only strengthening the Golden House. A house, no matter how heavy it was still a house. However, what about a city? What about a world? Materialization and the real thing had the same weight. Turning illusions into reality and filling in imperishable substances would make it heavier. The goal is very long-term. I need to continue working hard. Fong Ping did not care anymore. He began to consume the second holy fruit. He consumed the second holy fruit. This time, Fong Ping did not break through the barrier. He only made his mentality reach 6,999 Hz. Fong Ping wanted to leave one for someone who needed it. However, at this time, he could not care so much. With a mentality as high as 7,000 Hz, other treasures might not be useful except for the holy fruit. A mentality of 7,000 Hz was actually the mentality of some veteran rank 9. It was very difficult for Fong Ping to find treasures that could increase a rank 9's mentality. Even Zhang Tao and the others might not be able to obtain them. He consumed the third holy fruit. This time, Fong Ping was satisfied. The barrier was broken through. Wealth 1. 32 billion points vitality. 70,600 calories, 70,600 calories, mentality. 4,010 hertz, 7399 hertz, destruction power. 35 yuan, storage space. 10,000 cubic meters plus, energy shield. 1 point/minute plus, aura simulation. 10 points/minute plus, origin detailed analysis. 10-100 million points/time looking at the new data. Fong Ping was quite satisfied. It's not a loss this time, although I didn't reach the 9,000 hertz I expected. 7,000 hertz and above is enough. My honing of the golden body and completing the first forging will also increase my mentality a little. When that time comes, I should be facing the 8,000 hertz barrier. The more Fong Ping thought about it, the more satisfied he was. Although the consumption was huge, this time he could be used as a rank 9 if he spent some time. It's still better to go to the catacombs to increase my ability. If I didn't go to the catacombs, would I be able to do this? I was only rank 6 when I went to the battlefield in July. Now I can be considered half a rank 9. When I reach the 7th forging, I can totally be considered a rank 9. It's not even been 5 months. Fong Ping felt a little emotional. How long had it been? The last time he went to the battlefield, it was really not that long. Ji Yao, a super rich kid who had 2 true kings in her family and was in charge of a big palace, had only gone from rank 6 to peak rank 7. However, after this time, if nothing unexpected happened, Ji Yao might reach rank 8. Fong Ping did not think too much about it. He began to restore his mentality to its strongest state. Restoring 1 hertz mentality required 10 wealth points. Restoring 1 calorie vitality required 1 wealth point. Fong Ping realized that if he used up his mentality and vitality now, he would need more than 140,000 wealth points to recover. Destruction power was 35 yuan. Even if he used it up, he would still need 350,000 wealth points. The stronger I am, the harder it is. If I use up everything, I'll need 500,000 points to replenish. Without money, I'm just a normal weak rank 9. At this moment, Fong Ping had not honed to the 7th forging of a golden body, but he already saw himself as a weak rank 9. High-ranked, rank 3 in half a year. There's no one else in this world other than me. Even Old Man Li was not as fast as him. I've almost surpassed everyone I want to surpass. Next target is Old Man Li, and after that, Old Zhang. Fong Ping gritted his teeth. He had made up his mind now. When he surpassed Old Zhang, he would definitely beat him up. Huang Jing's matter could not be said to be anyone's fault. Fong Ping was responsible. MCMEU was responsible. Old Zhang was also responsible. However, these were not the main point. The main point was that humans were too weak. If humans were strong, they could attack the capital city catacombs and Magic City catacombs at the same time. Then, none of this would have happened. Although he felt that there was no reason to vent his anger on Old Zhang, Fong Ping still felt uncomfortable. He felt betrayed. He had always felt that his relationship with Old Zhang was quite close. Among the top humans, he and Zhang Tao had known each other for the longest time and had the most contact. That day in Star Town, when he saw Zhang Tao fighting for the interests of others and working hard for the entire human race, he really admired him to the extreme. He even felt a little heartache. If it were Li Jun and the other top humans who made such a decision, even if Fong Ping was dissatisfied, he would not feel indignant. From Li Jun's perspective, he was the commander-in-chief of the military department. He was not that close to Fong Ping. This was a matter of national and military affairs. Fong Ping had no right to control how they chose. However, this time, it was Zhang Tao who made the decision. Fong Ping felt that he had been betrayed by Zhang Tao. In his opinion, since he and Zhang Tao were so close, it was only natural that Old Zhang would protect MCMAU. The closer they were, the more uncomfortable he felt. Fong Ping was really quite indignant. He cursed in his heart for a while. Sooner or later, he would teach him a lesson. After cursing in his heart for a while, Fong Ping vented his anger and began to hone his golden body. A large amount of imperishable matter gushed out, wrapping Fong Ping tightly. This time, the golden body needs to be at least 7 forging. It would be best if I can complete 7 forging and enter 8 forging. Fong Ping did not care about the cost. The imperishable matter gushed out endlessly. The entire cultivation room was dyed gold. McMao, 25th of November. The weather was getting colder. More than a week had passed since the end of the Magic City battle. For more than a week, MCMEU was still in lockdown. No one was allowed to enter or leave. Magic City's catacombs were lost. MCMEU did not have a catacombs that needed to be guarded. The 3 departments and 4 houses also knew that MCMEU was cultivating crazily and preparing for a counterattack. At this moment, there were no military orders issued against MCMEU. In the huge MCMEU, the weather outside was getting colder, but inside MCMEU, it was as warm as spring. Big trees were overflowing with green. Their vitality was terrifyingly exuberant. Qin Fengqing, who had just come out of closed-door cultivation, leaned against a big tree. With a grass root in his mouth, he chuckled and said, "Ironhead, do you think these trees can become monsters? Now I understand why there are no monsters on Earth. It's because there's not enough energy. Look at MCMAU. There's enough energy now. I feel like these trees are going to become monster plants." Li Hansong casually hammered the big tree behind him, shaking his head and saying, "I don't think so. Of course, if they keep this up, maybe after 100 years, these trees can really become monsters." Both of them were chatting. Li Hansong glanced at Qin Fengqing and chuckled. "You're improving fast." "Nonsense. I'm a genius." "Of course, I'm different." Qin Fengqing looked proud. He smiled and said, "I condensed the brain core directly. My mentality is improving fast. Fong Ping also gave me a heavenly golden lotus. I think I should be achieving upper stage rank 7 soon." The current him had just broken through to middle stage rank 7. However, he felt that upper stage was not far away. "Useless," Li Hansong said disdainfully. "Only middle stage rank 7. Weak. He was already a rank 8. Was he proud?" Qin Fengqing's expression was ugly. He humphed and said, "You're a rank 8, but you're also the weakest rank 8. A rank 8 whose mentality has just reached 3,000 hertz. What's so great about that? You've reached rank 8. Without the advantage of having an iron head, let's see how long you can be arrogant." As he said that, he added, "I've reached rank 8. My mentality is stronger than yours. Maybe I can catch up to you soon and surpass you. Come on, you know how to cultivate. Why can't I?" Li Hansong was also disdainful for a while. He laughed and said, "Old Yao will probably be there soon too." "But Old Wang," Li Hansong rubbed his chin and said, "Old Wang's mutation is a mutation of his bone marrow. Now his cultivation speed has slowed down. I wonder if his bone marrow will be honed for the second time when he reaches rank 8. Will there be any benefits?" Wang Jinyang's bone marrow mutation had a huge advantage in the lower and middle ranks. However, this advantage would be weakened when he reached the higher ranks. Not only Wang Jinyang, but he too. At rank 8, the skull mutation no longer had an advantage. After thinking about it, Li Hansong shook his head and said, "I can't rely too much on the mutation to cultivate. It's good that it doesn't have an advantage. At least it will last until I reach rank 8. After that, I still have to rely on myself." Qin Fengqing's face was full of disdain. A guy with cheats had the nerve to say that he would rely on himself. Qin Fengqing could not be bothered with him. He looked at a dazzling golden cultivation room in the distance and said curiously, "This guy has been in there for 8 days. He hasn't come out at all. Just the imperishable substance that's spilling out now is enough for us to cultivate. What is he doing? How far do you think he can cultivate this time?" When he came out of the catacombs, he had already achieved Golden Body 4. If there are no accidents this time, it should not be a problem for him to achieve 5. There's even hope for 6. After Li Hansong finished speaking, Qin Fengqing bared his teeth and said, "It can't be. Doesn't that mean he can achieve rank 9? As he said that, Qin Fengqing said helplessly, the stronger he is, the faster he breaks through. There's no justice in this. Others get stronger and slower, but he's getting faster and faster. He advances every 2 to 3 days. I don't even know what to say. After saying a few words, Qin Fengqing suddenly grinned and said, he's improving too fast. There's trouble too. His comprehension of the origin path must be very slow. This is an opportunity. This guy Fong Ping hasn't even learned the basics of martial arts. Before rank 9, it's still okay to rely on resources to improve. He forcefully broke through so many barriers and went straight to rank 9, but when he reaches rank 9, he can't comprehend the origin path. When the time comes, it'll be easy to catch up to him. My understanding of martial arts is at the expert level. I have some clues about the path I want to take now. If I want to go, then I'll go the path of invincibility. Watch closely. When I achieve rank 9, my origin path will advance at a tremendous pace. I'll reach the peak of 3 days. As he spoke, someone said lightly in his ear, "Is that so?" Qin Fengqing jumped up instantly. He looked at the cultivation room in the distance hurriedly, then looked at Fong Ping, saying with a shocked expression, "You're out? Can you stop hiding your aura in the school? You scared me." Qin Fengqing shuddered. He really did not sense anything when this guy was talking in his ear just now. Fong Ping punched him in the head just now. Wasn't he killed immediately? As he said that, Qin Fengqing looked at him and asked, "You broke through?" "Yes." "How many forges of rank 8? "Take a guess?" "Guess my ass." Qin Fengqing scolded. Beside him, Li Hansong saw that Fong Ping's pupils were golden and had not dispersed yet. He could not help but say, "Rank 8 6 forges? It can't be." Qin Fengqing still found it hard to believe. Fong Ping's expression was indifferent. He said calmly, 6 forges? No, I'm almost at the end of 7 forges. Give me some time, I should be able to 8 forges. Vitality, more than 110,000 calories. Almost 120,000. It shouldn't be difficult to kill a few weak rank 9. Qin Fengqing and Ironhead were dumbfounded. Was this for real? Did he think that they were ignorant? Did he just say he was at 7 forges? Fong Ping did not care whether they believed him or not. He glanced at the system panel, then looked at the Magic City Catacombs passageway in the distance. I finally have rank 9 combat strength, wealth 1, 24 billion points vitality, 116,600 calories, 116,600 calories mentality, 7,899 hertz, 7,899 hertz destruction force, 60 yuan, storage space, 10,000 cubic meters, plus, energy shield, 1 point/minute plus, aura simulation, 10 points/minute plus, origin detailed analysis, 10-100 million points/time, 60 yuan of destruction force. Fong Ping murmured in his heart. His strength was not in his vitality, but in his destruction force. He could use it to fight as he wished. 1 yuan of destruction force was equivalent to 5,000 calories vitality force. In other words, the upper limit of his vitality force was not 110,000 calories, but 300,000 calories. Of course, he did not have enough control over his strength. He should not be able to reach this level. Moreover, when his opponent was forced to the end of the road, he would also use destruction force to fight. But no matter what, his strength control had reached 100%. His outburst might have the combat strength of a peak rank 9. I need to practice my strength. I want to use 100% of my strength in every move and kill a rank 9 with one punch. Fong Ping was really not in a hurry to continue honing his physique. He wanted to practice and control his own strength. He already had this capital and foundation, unlimited indestructible matter. This was capital. Mentality could not be improved in a short time. It was also extremely difficult to continue honing his golden body. But the foundation of 60 yuan of destruction force was here, even if his opponent also had it. So what? Would his opponent be willing to exhaust himself like him? Outland. I finally don't have to dig holes anymore. I don't have to run anymore. Magic City Catacombs, just you wait. At this time, Fong Ping no longer restrained his aura. He suddenly became ostentatious. A golden ray pierced through heaven and earth. MCMU's mentality shield could not seal it. From today onwards, MCMU has me. Fong Ping did not hide. His aura exploded, wandering around the school. MCMU was invincible because of him. Chapter 783. Fong Ping's aura penetrated MCMU's barrier. At this moment, many people in the outside world felt it, and many people were extremely shocked. Rank 9? The feeling of not having the origin path. Weak rank 9? MCMU has produced a weak rank 9. No, it's Fong Ping's aura, not Li Chongqing. Rank 9? At this moment, everyone was shocked. Rank 9! Fong Ping broke a series of records when he reached rank 7 at the age of 20. When he reached rank 8 in the same year, everyone was speechless. Now, not even 10 years had passed. At the beginning of 10 years, Fong Ping was still a rank 5 martial artist. How did he do it? Resurrected martial artists. Resurrected martial artists are not this scary. At this moment, countless people were shocked. At the same time, Underground Hall. Zhang Tao stared in MCMU's direction, speechless for a long time. Rank 8 7th Refinement. 7th Refinement, is it that simple? Zhang Tao suddenly did not know what to say. Rank 8 7th Refinement was a legend in the past. He advanced from rank 8 7th Refinement. So did Li Jun, but Nan Yunyue was not. Li Jun advanced from rank 8 7th Refinement because of Heavenly King Garrison support. He gave Li Jun countless resources and helped him complete rank 8 7th Refinement. Others like Nan Yunyue, like Zhao Xingwu, advanced from peak rank 8 6th Refinement. Therefore, if one were to compare, the degree of golden body honing would also affect the upper limit of combat strength in the future. Even if Li Jun and Zhang Tao advanced at the same time as Nan Yunyue, they would be stronger than Nan Yunyue. Similarly, if a rank 8 6th Refinement advanced to rank 9 at the beginning, they would be weaker. Such martial artists could actually enter the impasse, but their foundation was weak. Even if they entered the peak, they would still be weaker. Of course, they could make up for it later and continue to hone their golden body. However, if they did not hone it well at rank 8, it would be even more difficult at that time. The existence of the origin path was a good thing, but it was also a hindrance. The higher the upper limit of strength, the harder it was to improve. Increasing vitality by 10,000 calories at the peak was definitely more difficult than forging a rank 8 golden body. Zhang Tao said a few words, looked at Li Chongqing beside him, and said lightly, "I've caught up." Old man Li had not reached rank 8 7th Refinement. At this moment, he was still at the 7th level of the 8th grade. Upon hearing that, Old man Li did not mind at all. He chuckled and said, "It's good that you've caught up. Rank 8 7 Refinements." This kid's control over his strength was slightly higher. That would be rank 9. No, perhaps even stronger. If he used the power of destruction to fight, he would be even stronger. Ha! MCMU cannot be defeated. Old man Li was unusually happy. He did not guard the catacombs anymore. He stood up and said, "I'm leaving. Keep an eye on them. Don't let the catacombs martial artists rush out." Zhang Tao had tolerated him for a long time. He couldn't bear it any longer. Old man Li had just finished speaking when Zhang Tao stretched out his hand. His palms suddenly became gigantic, grabbing Old man Li in one move. Without a word, he clenched his fist, causing Old man Li's golden body to creak. "You have no manners. You don't care about seniority. A 60-year-old man with white hair to make you look older than me? I'm almost 90 years old. Is your father as old as I am? I called you Old man Li a few times. Do you really think you're older than me? You're not as strong as me. You're younger than me. You're my son. You're not old enough. You're pretending to be me?" Zhang Tao cursed. His palm was clenched tighter and tighter. Old man Li's tongue was almost sticking out. He was about to be squeezed to death. The gap between a paragon and a rank 9 was huge. "Minister, let go. I'll let go just because you want me to. Aren't you arrogant? Come, try and escape. If you manage to escape, I'll even be your son in the future." Zhang Tao cursed again. Was he addicted to bullying him? He would crush this thing to death. Creak. Old Man Li's body was almost squeezed into a meatball. Who asked you to be so arrogant? What's so great about a rank 8-7 refinements? What's so great about 10,000 Dao unification? Even if you're a paragon now, I'll still crush you to death. As he squeezed, Old Man Li's body shone with golden light. Some imperishable substances were squeezed out directly. Zhang Tao remained calm and collected. Seeing that Old Man Li did not notice, he tossed it away. Old Man Li pierced through the ground directly. No one knew where he flew to. Rank 8 7th refinement. Rank 8 7th refinement. Zhang Tao did not care about him anymore. He glanced at Wu Quishan, who was floating in front of him, and sighed. Youngsters nowadays are more and more unreliable. Rank 8 7th refinement can't become strong by relying on brute force. A real rank 8 7th refinement is the symbol of invincibility. These people haven't developed their body's potential at all. They only have the realm. Without the corresponding combat strength, rank 8 7th refinement is useless. It was useless to say that. Zhang Tao could not help but curse under his breath. Since when was 7th refinement so easy? There was no justice in this world. He's rank 8 7th refinement now. He has enough imperishable substances. I'm afraid he's ready to counterattack. However, you haven't recovered yet. He might not have the ability to do so. This kid wants to rely on MCMU to fight back. There are still 18 rank 9s in Magic City catacombs waiting outside the passageway. Zhang Tao looked at the vortex at the passageway entrance. It was as if he could see through the other side. On the other side, the rank 9s were stationed here. 18 rank 9s. Among them, there were 7 Origin Path powerhouses and 11 weak rank 9s. Although these humans and demons did not take the Origin Path for a long time, and there were not many who took the Origin Path in the outer domain for a long time, 7 Origin Paths, no matter how weak they were, would not be that weak. If Guo Shengquan and the other 2 break through, they can take on 3 Origin Paths. Although Li Chongxing has entered rank 8 7th refinement, at most he can fight 1 against 2. He's just for show. He can't fight a protracted battle. Even if Wu Chuan comes to help, 1 against 2 should be about the same. More won't do. Someone has taken care of the 7 Origin Paths, but there are still 11 weak rank 9s. If these people join forces, they are definitely not weaker than 5 Origin Paths. Are you sure he can withstand it? Also, the catacombs did not send out rank 7 and 8 last time. However, when the war starts next, they will definitely be sent out. Dozens of rank 8s, hundreds of rank 7s. MCMU can't withstand it. If you recover, you can deal with those rank 9s. Fong Ping can deal with those weaker than him. It's a sure kill. Zhang Tao had long seen that Fong Ping's strength did not lie in his ability to fight a rank 9. Instead, at this stage, he was almost invincible among the same rank, and it was difficult for the enemy to escape. This was Fong Ping's biggest advantage. When other rank 9 killed a rank 7, it was not easy to do so. However, Fong Ping had reached rank 8. Under the cover of the Golden House, the enemy could not even run, let alone fight. When 10 rank 7 fought with a rank 9, they could be entangled for a long time. However, when 10 rank 7 met Fong Ping, a Golden House fell down and cut these 10 people. In close combat, 1-on-1, the other party could not avoid it. 3 punches and 2 kicks could kill the other party. This was the difference between Fong Ping and the others. Materialization. Zhang Tao thought of this, then shook his head slightly. In fact, it was not impossible for him to make his materialization like Fong Ping. However, if his materialization did not have the imperishable substance to fill it, the effect would not be great. A powerhouse of the same rank could even destroy his materialization directly. Instead, it would hurt him. It was not worth it. Without unlimited imperishable substance, his materialization is just like that. However, with the imperishable substance and continuous replenishment and recovery, his materialization is very scary. After talking for a while, Zhang Tao looked at Wu Quishan for a while and suddenly laughed. If you don't wake up, that kid will be reckless. When that time comes, there will be countless casualties. Don't blame me for not warning you. Wu Quishan's body trembled slightly, but he still did not wake up. In truth, Zhang Tao couldn't tell what stage he was at. He couldn't tell if he was fighting with his Tao of origin, or if he was repairing his own Tao of origin, or if he had completely accepted Mystic Jade True Monarch's Tao of origin. McMao. Fong Ping's aura was extremely strong. MCMU powerhouses were attracted one after another. Very soon, some powerhouses came over midair. Luo Yichuan was pleasantly surprised, saying loudly, "Fong Ping, you're rank 9 now?" "Hi, Grandmaster. MCMU has a second rank 9 powerhouse." Everyone was wild with joy. As for Old Man Li, that was a fake rank 9. Fong Ping laughed. "No, I'm also a rank 8, but I'm invincible among rank 8. As soon as he said that, everyone was about to say something when a person crashed down from the sky, landing with a rumble. A huge pit appeared. Very soon, someone in the pit laughed and said, "Invincible among rank 8? Kid, you want to fight with me for the title of the first rank 8? Who is invincible among rank 8? He Li Changsheng was the invincible rank 8 powerhouse. Fong Ping was still too inexperienced. Old Man Li was not in a hurry to come out. He tidied up on the ground for a while before soaring into the sky. He looked at Fong Ping, beaming. "Not bad. Golden Body, 7th Refinement, rank 8 second place is yours." Having said that, Old Man Li laughed loudly. "Although it's not rank 9, it's better than rank 9. So what if it's rank 9? Fong Ping laughed too. After laughing, he suddenly laughed and said, "Today is MCMU's big day. Other than the invincible peak, MCMU will not be weaker than anyone else." As soon as he finished speaking, a rumble came from afar. "The martial arts path is long. We've also taken the first step." "Ha!" A burst of laughter was heard. In the Grandmaster Tower area, Guosheng Quan stepped into the air. A path that seemed to have no end appeared beneath his feet. Guosheng Quan walked forward along the path. In the next moment, the path disappeared, turning into a Zen staff, disappearing into the void. He had just broken through here. In the blink of an eye, not far away, Guan Fu also stepped into the air, beaming. "The martial path is difficult as ascending to heaven. Today I'm going to try it too. Let's see how difficult it is." On the other side, Mei Lingfeng also wore a cold expression. Stepping into the air, she said, "Together." As soon as she said that, a path of nothingness appeared beneath their feet. Both of them walked along the path of nothingness, walking all the way up. After walking for a while, Guan Fu's path turned into a book, disappearing into the void. Mei Lingfeng's path turned into a duster and dissipated. The paths that the three of them were walking on were still the paths of their past lives. Fong Ping and the rest knew this. The manifestation of a Tao was just a symbol. It did not represent what the origin path really was. At this moment, Fong Ping suddenly burst into laughter. Breakthrough! The 3 resurrected powerhouses had broken through to rank 9. Once they entered rank 9, they stepped onto the origin path directly. Congratulations to the 3 vice-chancellors. Fong Ping shouted loudly. Guosheng Quan also turned his head to look at Fong Ping, then at Li Changsheng, laughing loudly. "Same to you. The 3 of us have broken through. Congratulations. Vice-Chancellor Fong and the 2 deans Li have also broken through. We're even more overjoyed. Mamao, what a great MCMU. I didn't make the wrong choice. I didn't come to the wrong place." A few powerhouses were talking loudly. At this moment, everyone else was also awake. 3 rank 9 in a day. MCMU had really risen. Congratulations to MCMU. A high-pitched roar resounded through heaven and earth. Tens of thousands of teachers and students cheered loudly, with flushed faces. 3 high grandmasters, Fong Ping and Li Changsheng, were also powerhouses comparable to high grandmasters. 5 high grandmaster powerhouses, in addition to the vice-chancellor. At this moment, the teachers and students were agitated and excited. MCMAU is invincible. MCMAU is invincible. The earth-shattering roar resounded throughout Magic City. At this moment, the mentality barrier had been removed. In the next moment, powerhouses were shouting from all directions. Congratulations to the 4 high grandmasters. Congratulations to the grandmasters of MCMEU. These people were also inexplicably shocked. In one day, MCMU was turned upside down. High grandmasters seemed to be worthless. Many of them appeared in an instant. They thought that Fong Ping had also stepped into rank 9. For a moment, even Fong Ping was involved. They were unimaginably strong. One had to know that the 3 departments and 4 residences did not actually have so many rank 9s, if they were not considered the absolute peak. Among the 3 departments, the military department had the most rank 9s. Li Daong, Tian Mu, Guoxian, a deputy commander-in-chief with the surname Zhou. This was the military department's rank 9 configuration. Li Jun was not included. Now, on MCMU's side, there were 6 powerhouses comparable to rank 9. Moreover, excluding Fong Ping, the remaining 5 people all had origin path combat strength. This was simply unimaginable. There were also rank 8 powerhouses like Li Hansong and Lu Polu. There were even more rank 7 powerhouses. When MCMU's mentality barrier dissipated, these people sensed that there were a few more Grandmaster-level powerhouses in MCMU. It was not Su Guqing, Chen Jinhua, and the rest who were previously speculated. These few people were only one step away from Grandmaster, but they were reluctant to break through. They were waiting for Fong Ping to come out of seclusion and walk the path of unification of all paths. It was not them. There were others who had become Grandmaster-level powerhouses. Su Jianzhou, Zhou Shiping, 2 MCMU veteran rank 6 instructors. Back then, when Fong Ping first entered the university, among the instructors who recruited students, there were 2 rank 6 instructors. Fong Ping had wanted to choose Su Jianzhou as his instructor. In the end, this instructor had no time to teach at that time and let his students teach on his behalf. It was also because of this that Fong Ping gave up on choosing Su Jianzhou. However, in the past 2 years, these instructors did not stop improving. In addition to Fong Ping's large amount of resources and support, this time, these 2 instructors had finally stepped into rank 7. Su Guqing, Chen Jinhua, Hu Mingyi, these 3 seem to be suppressing their realms. Song Yingji and the rest have actually achieved mentality-vitality fusion. At this moment, some grandmasters who were preparing to come to congratulate did a sweep of their mentality. They simply did not know what to say. Powerhouses were as common as clouds. After the 2 great battles in MCMU, there were originally only slightly more than 2,000 middle-rank martial artists left. However, in the short span of a week, MCMU's middle-ranked martial artists had actually reached as high as about 4,000 people. Currently, in MCMAU, there were slightly more than 800 instructors and less than 10,000 students. With a scale of 10,000 people, almost half of the middle-ranked martial artists had reached the stage. Unbelievable. MCMAU. In the past, martial arts universities where rank 3 martial artists could become instructors and where rank 3 martial artists were called elites, but now, in one martial arts university, there were thousands of middle-rank powerhouses. Wu Quishan, Guosheng Quan, Guanfu, Mei Lingfeng, Li Changsheng, Fong Ping, 6 powerhouses with rank 9 combat strength. Lu Polu, Li Hansong, 2 big rank 8s. Tang Feng, Lu Fengru, Qin Fengqing, Luo Yichuan, Zhang Jianhong, Fan Hua, Liang Yuqin, Zhou Shiping, Su Jianzhou, 9 rank 7s, and many rank 6 powerhouses. At this moment, everyone was moved. This kind of combat strength was probably not weaker than the Wuan army. No, it should be stronger. Although it was not as many as the Wuan army's high-ranked martial artists, the key was that there were more rank 9s. Beigong Bing was the only rank 9 in the Wuan army. If Zhang Tao did not make a move, the army directly under the Education Ministry would not be a match for MCMEU. Everyone in the outside world was moved, but Fong Ping smiled and said, "Dean Shun, do you really want to take the path of unification of all paths? There were still flaws in this path, and it's extremely dangerous. Even if there are flaws, there are no regrets. Chen Jinhua was extremely excited at this moment. Although he was old, his tone was sonorous as he said loudly, MCMU does not lack rank 7 Grandmasters or rank 9 Grandmasters. But rank 8s are not enough. We are old. We don't want to wait anymore. We can't wait anymore. Since there are these few, we are willing to give it a try. At this moment, the Grandmasters who had just arrived from the outside world fell silent. MCMU wanted to take the path of unification of all paths on a large scale. Chen Jinhua and the others were being overtaken, not because they could not break through, but because they were unwilling. They wanted to take the path of unification of all paths. At this time, Old Man Li also put away his smile, saying in a low voice, I took the path of unification of all paths. That was a coincidence. If you want to hone a real golden body, it's difficult, too difficult. The imperishable substance's effect on you is average. Only destruction and reconstruction, shattering bones and flesh, reforging flesh, achieving a golden body. This path is not so easy to take. When I was still a student, the few of you were already MCMU instructors. MCMU's few old people. Now that there is hope for rank 7, you don't need to take the path of unification of all paths. With us here, it's enough. Su Guqing scolded loudly. You can go, but we can't. Li Changsheng, you want to hold on to the path of unification of all paths, don't you? Back then, I knew you were narrow-minded, not a good person. You can't bear to part with the life essence, thinking that Fong Ping must give it to you, right? Old Man Li rolled his eyes. The old man wanted to provoke him. Was it necessary? I'm doing this for your own good. What if I die? It was not easy to live to Su Guqing's age. There was almost no one older than him in MCMU. Lu Polu was slightly older, but not much. In MCMU, it was really not easy to live to Su Guqing and Lu Polu's age. Now, instead of taking the normal path of Grandmaster, he insisted on the path of unification of all paths. Old Man Li was still thinking. In the blink of an eye, Zhang Tao also appeared here. Glancing at Guo Shengquan and the rest, Zhang Tao nodded slightly, then looked at Fong Ping, saying in a low voice, Don't be reckless. Unification of all paths, combat strength may be strong, but you know the trouble. The consumption is huge. There was the loss of vitality before. Even if it can be solved now, it will consume a lot of resources. Moreover, the flaw is also very obvious, lacking some necessary attack methods. Li Changsheng is powerful because he has Li Zhen's void-piercing swordsmanship, but Li Zhen will not impart his ultimate art everywhere. It's the same for me. What I have may not be suitable for you. Maybe they will soon have rank 8 combat strength, but they will only be weak rank 8 if they want to improve further. It will be extremely difficult. Fong Ping chuckled. It's okay. MCMU does not lack resources. Although he said that, Fong Ping did not really take it seriously. He looked at Chen Jinhua and the rest, saying, Instructors, I understand what you were thinking. Unification of all paths is actually a gamble. Su Guqing shouted, How can you achieve great things if you are so wishy-washy? Wu Quishan's injuries are not light. Now you are the head of MCMU. How can the head be so irresolute? We are willing to go if you're willing to use your life essence. Then give us a helping hand. Afraid of death? Who is afraid of death? There are no martial artists in MCMAU who are afraid of death. If they are really afraid of death, the old man would not have thought about recovering when he was injured. It would have been better to continue living in peace. Since you have recovered, then you want to improve, not be a burden. Fong Ping took a deep breath. Beside him, Zhang Tao added, They are not rank 7. Their mentality is not strong enough. If anything happens, no matter how much imperishable substance you have, you will not be able to save them. If it was really a rank 8 powerhouse, or even a rank 7 martial artist, then their vitality was extremely strong. Especially at rank 8, even if they became like Old Man Li in the past with the imperishable substance, the probability of survival was 99%. they would almost not die. However, a few rank 6 martial artists have become like that. If they were not careful, they would die without a doubt. Fong Ping regretted mentioning this before, causing the elders to take it seriously. However, at this point, Fong Ping suddenly gritted his teeth and said, "Since the instructors are willing to take the risk, Fong Ping will not stop you. MCMEU wants to be strong. If we can't do it step by step, then we will give it a try. If the instructors do not make it through today, Fong Ping will kill a few more catacombs beasts as a sacrifice to the instructors." "Kid, don't curse us." Su Guqing laughed. "We were also prodigies of our generation back then. Li Changsheng is of the same generation as us. He may not be as good as us. If he can do it, will we fail? Don't worry, come on." The few of them looked calm. Some did not know what was happening, and for a moment, did not know what to say. Seeing this, Zhang Tao sighed. "Fine. Since you want to walk the path of unification, then let's take the risk. Fong Ping, give me the life essence." Fong Ping did not hesitate this time. Zhang Tao was much stronger than him, more tricks than him. It was better to listen to him. Without another word, Fong Ping went straight to the logistics department. Soon in his hands, a huge box flew over. At this moment, the grandmasters outside were dumbfounded. What was in that big box? Zhang Tao did not say much, but he still said, "There's no need for so much. Use it all." Fong Ping was more straightforward than him, saying quickly, "Use it all on the 3 instructors. If you run out of life essence, you can earn it again." Zhang Tao cursed in his heart, did not waste any more words, looked at the 3 of them, and said, "Who's first?" "Me," the 3 of them said in unison. Zhang Tao looked at Su Guqing and said, "Dean Su, the oldest, use him as an example. If you can't do it, Dean Chen and Dean who should give up." Su Guqing laughed. Zhang Tao waited for him to finish laughing and smacked his palm. Bang! Su Guqing exploded directly. Fong Ping's gaze changed, could not help but say, Skull also exploded this. "Don't talk nonsense, you guys insisted on trying." Zhang Tao's expression was also very solemn. Unification of 10,000 paths. In fact, the government was also trying to mass produce. In the end, almost all the experimenters died. This had something to do with the lack of life essence. Previously, they had actually tried using life essence and imperishable substances, but perhaps the amount was too little, so they had always failed. In this aspect, Zhang Tao was much more experienced than Fong Ping. However, back then, 10,000 paths unification had been constantly losing vitality. They had only experimented with this to mass-produce some martial artists who committed suicide once, not to create high-end combat strength like now. After smashing Su Guqing, Zhang Tao extracted some life essence from the big box, wrapped it around Su Guqing, and the minced flesh began to wriggle. Seeing this, Fong Ping said hurriedly, "Too little. Not enough. At least 500 caddies." 500 caddies, you. Zhang Tao really wanted to slap him to death, too. Did your family own a life essence warehouse? 500 caddies. If they really wanted to use 500 caddies of life essence, did they need to spend so much just to create a weak rank 8? Zhang Tao was about to say that he had a plan, but Fong Ping did not communicate with him at all. His mentality guided hundreds of caddies of life essence to wrap Su Guqing's minced flesh. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping produced a large mass of imperishable substances in his hand. Zhang Tao could not hold it in anymore. He shouted, "Enough! Resources should not be wasted. Whether he lives or dies depends on his luck. Didn't people say that the more things you have, the safer you will be? Who are you wasting resources for? For me, or for the martial artists here? To show that you, Fong Ping, are rich and overbearing? Childish. You're not my grandson. Otherwise," before he could finish, Fong Ping interrupted, "I'm not showing it to anyone, and I'm not showing off. I only understand one thing. Human life is more important. If things are lost, they can be snatched again. But if people die, they have nothing." Zhang Tao glanced at him, ignored him, and continued to control the life essence, letting the mass absorb it. At this time, Old Manly mumbled, "Did I look like this back then? So ugly." Fong Ping was speechless. You're actually thinking about this at this time. If you knew that I almost sent you to the catacombs market, would you be in more pain? As they were talking, the mass of flesh began to wriggle violently. The next moment, the mass of flesh began to reconstruct its flesh. Seeing this, everyone breathed a sigh of relief. Fong Ping let out a long sigh of relief too. It worked. At this point, it was almost the same as when Old Man Li first recovered. While controlling the life essence, Zhang Tao said, "If you survived that palm of mine and didn't die, you shouldn't be in too much danger." That's the most dangerous moment. If your skull is crushed and your willpower isn't strong enough, you'll definitely die. If your willpower is strong enough, you'll be able to maintain a trace of clarity and sanity. If you know how to use the life essence to reconstruct your flesh, then you've passed the biggest obstacle. These words were also for Qin Jinhua and Old Man Li to hear. If your martial willpower was not strong enough, and your desire to live was not strong enough, then it was better not to try. The moment your skull was crushed, you would definitely die. Both of them did not say anything, staring at the mass of flesh. At this time, the mass of flesh had already taken shape. Su Guqing's voice rang out, shouting, "Heavenly Golden Lotus!" Fong Ping hurriedly threw out a heavenly golden lotus. Before he could throw it, Zhang Tao's mentality moved, tearing off a petal and tossing it to Su Guqing. Then, he glared at Fong Ping fiercely. If this kid wasted any more, he had decided to rob him on the spot today. Fong Ping did not say anything. Su Guqing took the heavenly golden lotus and swallowed it. His mentality was strong, and he was only one step away from materialization. At this moment, after swallowing the heavenly golden lotus, in the blink of an eye, the void trembled slightly, showing signs of materialization. There was a rumble. A loud noise was heard, and a celestial bridge appeared. The Sanjiao Gate landed on the celestial bridge instantly. Immediately after, a broadsword appeared. That was Su Guqing's materialization. Without hesitation, Su Guqing leaped into the air. His entire body emitted golden light, charging straight at the broadsword, swallowing it into his stomach. Roar! A painful roar was heard. Then, Su Guqing looked at the celestial bridge and the Sanjiao Gate. He opened his mouth, and the Sanjiao Gate and the celestial bridge shrunk countless times, flying into his mouth. Rumble! Su Guqing's golden body trembled, as if he was enduring immense pain. Fong Ping could not help but glance at Old Man Li. Old Man Li said mildly, "Why are you looking at me?" Old Man Su is afraid of pain. He can't even endure this little pain. How can he compare to me? Fong Ping was speechless. Old Man Li was not like this back then. Fong Ping still remembered when he first broke through. It was extremely easy. However, Old Man Li was a ruthless person. He used to tear himself into pieces for fun when he had nothing to do. Fong Ping felt that he might not feel pain. While he was thinking, Su Guqing's body shone with golden light, his vitality soaring. I've succeeded. 10,000 Dao unification is so easy. Su Guqing laughed out loud. 300 caddies of life essence, 1 petal of the heavenly golden lotus. So easy. Zhang Tao shook his head. Did the people in MCMU not learn mathematics before? The market price was close to $1 trillion just to create 10,000 Dao unification. It might not be worth it. Zhang Tao initially thought that perhaps he could mass-produce it. Looking at the consumption now, forget it. He could not afford it, spending close to $1 trillion in resources to create a weak rank bait. Later, in order to prevent his vitality from dissipating, he could not afford it. He glanced at Fong Ping from the corner of his eyes. If you can afford it, then continue. Let's see how long you can last with that little bit of stuff in your hands. I'll wait until you run out of money. When you run out of money, you're going to forge 100 kings, aren't you? I'll see how you're going to forge it without an absolute peak. Wu Quishan might not be able to set foot on the absolute peak. Even if he could, how many could a guy who had just entered the absolute peak be able to forge? Moreover, the risk of exposure was high. Would it be as safe as the fake money I forged? You'd still have to beg me. Continue spending. Spend all the energy stones, life essence, heavenly golden lotus, and everything else. Let's see where you're going to get more money. Zhang Tao had already calculated. With this kid's way of spending, even though it was a few trillion, it would be gone in no time. Once the money was gone, MCMU had so many people to feed and so many gold-swallowing beasts. If he did not go to the restricted area to forge fake money, what else could he do? Settle accounts with me. Fine. I'll charge you half the commission. I'll charge you 50 caddies of energy stones for 100 kings. Zhang Tao was thinking. Fang Ping had not considered this yet. At this moment, he was still rejoicing. Man-made 10,000 Dao unification. No, Old Manly was actually man-made too. He actually succeeded. He did not know whether it was because these people's willpower was strong or 10,000 Dao unification was really easy to achieve. In short, it was a success. If that's the case, the catacombs can actually mass-produce. The catacombs should know about 10,000 Dao unification, right? Why isn't it mass-produced? Fang Ping suddenly had some thoughts, but he did not know that martial willpower, the will to live, and the will to live were not so strong for everyone. These older martial artists had fought their whole lives. They were not willing to die like this. Their willpower was terrifyingly strong. Even if they were to die, they were not willing to die in such a cowardly manner. This was the main reason why they survived. The catacombs martial artists might not lack these, but one lived a carefree life, while the other fought for survival in the face of death. Their mentality was different. Moreover, those true kings were rarely willing to waste large amounts of life essence to do this. Fang Ping did not think about these. At this moment, there was only joy. MCMU would become stronger and stronger. It definitely would. P.S. Happy New Year, everyone. The basic update that I'm missing will have to be delayed until after the new year. I'm going out to have fun. You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.